Okay, yeah. Hey, happy hour for the weekend of Hamcation, or the expected weekend of Hamcation. I got to see how much delay there is on the stream right now. So Ham Radio 2.0 Friday night live stream. There it is. Okay, so yeah, it was a little bit delayed from where I started there. That is good. All right. So, hey, guys, thanks for somebody joining the chat so early tonight. Appreciate everybody being out there. I'm going to bring in Tom and Mike, who are in the waiting room. If anybody else got the invite, feel free to pop into the link that I sent either in Discord or in email just a little bit ago. So what's going on, guys? How are y'all tonight?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. How cold is it in Michigan right now, Mike?
Who cares?
Well, I just thought you might be checking it because you're like, yeah, well,
nope.
But I mean, all this cold. Did you see the meme that I posted in Discord today? It's something I found on Facebook, and it said something along the lines of, "Hey, a message to all my northern friends: your weather is down here, drunk in my yard. I need you to come get it."
Yeah, I saw that.
So that was good. What's up, Craig?
No, not much. I hope y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You're good.
Good.
It's all good. So, yeah. So, okay. So I got to show you guys this. So this is no, not that. Let's see. Hamcation QSO party starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is 9 Texas time. Here, I found this funny. Here's the exchange. The exchange is your name, your state, province, country, and an expected high temperature of your current QTH.
Wow.
What a fitting weekend for that. I think that's a big middle finger from all the people in Orlando. We're at 70 degrees right now. You know, I think they're sticking it to us. That's what I think. Because we should be in Orlando right now with everybody, right?
It's going to be 12 degrees on Monday here.
Yeah.
And that is not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool at all.
Yeah.
My wife was saying we're supposed to get like a foot of snow or something here in PA on Monday night. So
well, that's what happens in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Well, we already have about 1.5 to 2 feet on the ground.
Gosh.
Oh, wow.
There's a chance of snow in Galveston Sunday, I think. Now, I'll be surprised if that actually happens, but
it's supposed to be all kinds of like icy and nasty here in Houston.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well,
my Monday drive is gonna suck.
Yeah, ice we're accustomed to. Snow, it snows here, but it's
you're not accustomed to ice. Did you see that accident on 35?
Yeah. That was horrible.
Just because people can't drive in it, that was horrible. It really was.
Yeah.
Just because people can't drive in it doesn't mean that. I was surprised that it was iced up there. Of course, I think it was like 6 in the morning when all that happened. So, yeah, hopefully nobody we know was in that. I mean, I don't wish that on anybody, obviously, but my wife ended up was somehow connected with some person that she used to know somewhere through a friend or something like that. So it was sad to hear about that for sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah. I got my parsnip beer tonight. I was hoping Ape would be here so I could rub it in his face. I've got Great Notion Brewing from Portland, Oregon. And this is a living Night of the Living Squatch. I don't know if that means Sasquatch. It says Squatch, but it's
means Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, yeah, but it doesn't. It says Squatch. I don't know. So Imperial Stout with chocolate, maple syrup, marshmallows flavor, and cinnamon. So that is right up the Smokin' Apes alley. That's the kind of beer that you would love to tease me about right there. So, oh boy, Ham Radio dude, join the chat, buddy. Link is in Discord.
Yeah.
So
on,
I wasn't
We've only known about this for a week.
Right, totally. So, this new software I'm using is Restream Live Studio, and I've been a subscriber of Restream for a while, and I use it for my chat. In fact, all the chats are getting, and make sure that's working okay. All the chats are getting transferred to my Discord channel and back and forth, and on YouTube and on Facebook now as well. But I haven't used the live studio much. But it's much less resource intensive on your internet pipe. We used it on our lunchtime live stream 2 days ago, and it worked really well. The problem with it is that it's a limitation of only 10 people, so we can only have 10 people in here. So I have 4 in here right now, and at least 3 other people accepted the invite tonight. So we'll give them a few minutes and see what happens. But you guys in the chat, if you guys are here, and then I'll give you a spot if you want to come in here and chat with us. So, Mike, tell us about your current situation because your background's different.
Yeah. So you may notice that I have a microphone again on the live stream. My background's a little different, so I'm in the house. The movers just came this morning, a day early. I was actually leaving the hotel. I was bringing a bunch of stuff up to the house this morning, and literally as I walked out the door of the hotel, my phone rang from Detroit, and it was the movers calling to tell me they'd be here in about 2 hours. I was like, sweet. So awesome. Everything's moved in now. I still have, obviously everything's in boxes, but I got my microphone and my computer set up. I'm tethering from my phone right now. Internet guy's coming tomorrow. And I'm very happy. So in celebration of my move to Texas, and I officially am not in a hotel anymore. One of the girls at my work in Michigan gave me a little going away present. So
Black Label. Yeah. That's the good stuff right there.
I love Black Label. So I'm gonna crack this open.
Yeah.
And I was trying to find a glass. This was the first thing that popped up. This Don Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf sent me this. It's like a barrel. So and I've got just a couple ice cubes in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and
this is
that open.
This is the time and the place for it right now, my friend. Let's do it.
We'll just
you make
put a little in there.
I don't know if Frank's Frank's not a big Scotch guy. He's more of a bourbon guy. But
I love bourbon too. But I do like. I have not had Johnny Walker, and I don't know how long. But I do really enjoy Scotch.
Mm-hmm.
So, cheers to Texas.
Cheers to Texas. Yeah, I love you and all 12 degrees of you right now.
Well, it's not 12 degrees right now.
No.
Gosh darn, that's good.
No. I think it's supposed to get down to like 26 or 28, something like that. I don't think it's incredibly rare for it to get down to 12. I've seen it happen, but it's not very common.
And then I'm also drinking. I went to the gas station yesterday because I was scared I might run out of beer, and I got this. This is a Texas beer. It's called Carbach Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Hop Dillo. Hop Dillo. This IPA sucks.
See, I'm not big. Good. I'm not big on IPAs, so I can't really tell you which ones are good and which ones are not. Now, Carbach makes
it
some.
It says cuidado. That's Mexican for warning, I feel.
It is. Yeah. It's Spanish, actually. It's not Mexican, but yes.
Excuse me.
It's okay. It's mostly Mexican in Texas anyway. But Carbach, they make some really good brown ales and stouts. I don't know that Hop Dillo is common. It's common to find that beer, but I've never tried it. I'm not big on.
Well, this gas station had this big beer cave, and it was literally. Like Ape would love it. It was all, well, it wasn't Miller Lite, but it was all like Bud Light and Budweiser and Bud Seltzer. And there he is. Yeah. Not Ape, but Don. He's here. He's wearing, okay.
He's got the Smoking Ape shirt on. So,
So it was a very limited selection of beers at this gas station. I saw this and I was like, well, it's an IPA. It's from Texas. I'll give it a shot. And it's just, I like the really citrusy IPAs. Okay. And this one is a little more earthy. I mean, it's 6.6 ABV. It's palatable, but I shan't be buying this again. Don, did you see what I'm drinking?
I heard the audio only. I didn't see the can.
Well, I'll show it again for everyone. Ooh, little Black Label there. Out of.
Oh, nice.
Look at that. Oh, cheers, buddy.
Hey, look at he's got one too.
Hey, I was told the Johnny Walkers I know they come in different colors. My father-in-law is a big Johnny Walker. And when you go to his house, depending on who you are, you get a certain color. Where
Okay.
I'd be
is the
red at
black?
his house probably.
Oh
I was
god.
just gonna say, where is the black, the green, the blue, and the red? Like what's the
I
level of?
I think
So it
The-
goes. Go ahead.
well, you might know better than I do. I think it's red is the
do.
lowest, and I don't remember if it's blue or green that's the top tier.
It's blue.
But
I think
I
it's
want to say
red, green, blue, black. I think.
I don't think
No.
black's the top one.
It's red, then
I thought
black,
black
then
was.
green, then blue.
Oh,
That's
blue.
what,
he-
okay.
There's
okay.
others though. There's others that are
Yeah,
in between. I actually
yeah.
just watched a video on Johnny Walker, and
Did you?
they've done some other ones, but
Hmm.
yeah, the red is absolutely disgusting. I've had it once, and it was
Yeah.
It's
I don't agree with that. I like the red. I mean, the black and the blue label are better, yes, but I mean the red's palpable. I would drink it.
I
you
was
know.
told the red is like Jose Cuervo for me. That's why I don't drink Jose Cuervo anymore.
Well, you know what? It's Johnny Walker is a blended. It's not like a single barrel Scotch. It's not like a real Scotch. It's a blended Scotch, which it's still good. You know, I even like to drink a little bit of Jameson every now and then, which is an Irish whiskey. But but I like Johnny Walker's just kind of like its own animal almost. And I've had all four of those. I just can't remember the number. I know that the blue, or I was pretty sure that the blue was the top one. I couldn't remember where the green and the black one fell. But the red one was, yeah, you can tell a difference. The black is definitely better than the red. But I didn't mind the red the last time I had it. So I don't know.
After
I guess
a couple of drinks, does it even matter?
right. True. Good point.
Or
Good
half a
point.
bottle?
Yeah. Good
I've
point.
had 2 beers already. I started at like I don't know 5:30 or so, just kind of unpacking, and so. But I've been waiting for this moment to crack open that bottle, because it's literally been sitting on this like above the closet in my hotel, beckoning me, and I'm like, I'm not going to open that until I get in the house.
Until you get in the house.
Christen it.
Yeah.
Celebrate. Yeah.
So this was just absolutely perfect timing for this.
Absolutely.
To happen,
Oh
so,
yeah, totally.
yeah.
Totally. Oh, that's good. Really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Well, anybody who's a YouTuber that wants to join us, hit me up in Discord. I'll send you the link to join us, because I've got 5 more spots open right now. Can I mute him?
Who is
Jason,
that?
can I ask you a
I
question?
think that's Craig. Yeah, go ahead, Don.
Oh.
I think it was exactly a month ago, our last happy hour. We
Mm-hmm.
were talking about the pack antenna.
Pack Tenna. Yes.
Pack antenna.
Yes.
I ran upstairs to get my wallet, to go get my
Yes.
credit cards, because I didn't want to put on my PayPal. I want to get that down. I got to bring it down. You got that antenna, I think.
I did not. There's a story behind that, but you go ahead and finish.
Okay, because I've been dying here. Now, a buddy of mine down in the Carolinas, NI4L. His name is Jeff.
Okay.
He makes antennas too. He's got a great website. Anybody out there who wants end feds and off center feds, I have his off center fed. It is a beautiful, and I picked up his end fed, but I still got to get that antenna that you have. I am like, when you posted that, I'm like, that's my antenna. And I went and I remember going to Mike's YouTube video about how he lengthened it, and I got to get that antenna. I don't care. You can never have enough antennas. My wife has said no more radios. I said, yeah, okay, fine.
No.
But we did not agree to antennas.
No. So I don't know if I screwed up or if George's website screwed up. I think it was probably me. Although I don't understand how I did it. I went that night and I ordered. You guys saw me order that.
Yes.
Or I said, okay. So I pulled it up. It said he had, I think, 2 left. I put in my information. I put in my credit card number. It told me it was ordered. I never got an email confirmation. I never got anything. And I just waited I thought, yeah, that's cool. Maybe he's got some website software. He didn't send you an email confirmation. No big deal. So I waited like a week and I'm like, you know what? I haven't heard anything about that. And if he hadn't shipped it out yet, maybe I'll get him to ship it to me in Galveston, because I'll be here for a whole month. So I emailed him and I'm like, and I searched my email, make sure I hadn't missed it. I searched my spam folder. It wasn't there. And so I emailed George and he replied like within the hour after I emailed him. I've only talked to George once. I don't know if he knows who I am or not, but I I said, hey, dude, I placed an order on your website this night. I was like, you might have got a few orders that night because we were razzing everybody about how there was just a couple left. And he came back to me and he's like, man, I don't have an order for you. He goes, I don't see. I said, crap. And they were sold out at the time. I was like, I'll just go ahead and order it again, but it wasn't there. So, but yeah. So he's like, I tell you what, man. He goes, I'll just send you one. I'm like, well, I was like, well, send me an invoice for one. That's cool because I tried to order it anyway. He's like, nah, don't worry about it. I'll just send you one. It's like, okay, I got it the other day. It's on the table in there. I'll go get it and show it to you and rub it in your face in a minute here, Don. So,
Yeah, I ordered one. I ordered it right after.
Oh, look
you.
at this! Now he has one too.
yeah. He ordered
I
it.
ordered it right after him, and I think I got the last one because you disappeared for your wallet.
So
and
you
tried
got
to
my
order, and you're like,
you got
I can't get it. I can't get it. It's right here. And these things, when Mike said he got Alaska, it's like, okay, I got to get one of these.
Oh yeah.
Sure enough, what did I get on Winter Field Day? Alaska.
You let me know how good it plays. I'll be playing with this one. As soon as the snow melts. I'm going crazy because I have a post-it wall here. I started a wall here of video content that I want to do for my channel. I'm dealing with the cold. I'm dealing with the rain. I went to go play POTA on Wednesday, and the 3 of the parks I wanted to go to were all closed because they were doing snow and de-icing. And I just went home and I had a cigar. I said,
I just went home and had a cigar.
That's a heck of a consolation prize there.
That fixes everything.
Exactly.
That fixes everything.
Cigars are for the good times and the bad times.
That's right.
Come in here, dear boy. Have a cigar. You're going to go far.
All right. I want to give Shane a few minutes here. He's his first time joining the channel. So he lives out in my neck of the woods, somewhere over Garland area ish. I don't know exactly. Yeah. So Shane,
Colony actually, in between the Colony and Louisville and Carrollton. Okay, all those kind of like mixed together.
Like Little Elm up there.
South of Little Elm. So I'm actually at 121 in the old Denton area.
Okay. Oh, you're in Carrollton.
Oh yeah.
So you have,
Mike. I know what he's talking about,
it's
Mike.
Texas, Mike. It's Texas.
Yeah. So okay. Well, cool. Shane, tell everyone about your channel. I don't think you can. You probably can't share a link in the chat, but send me a link to your channel, and I'll share it in the chat. Everybody, go subscribe to you. Go ahead.
So brand new channel. I K5YVY somewhere in there. He told me that, hey, you should do this fun thing called YouTube, and I told him it's crazy. Don't know how to edit videos. I said, why not? So I kind of came up with the idea of what's going on this side of the radio. So that's kind of every time when you do a QSO, you're, hey, what's going on in your neck of the woods? So that's what I did. So my channel is called This Side of the Radio, and I've got one video. We're going to do some parks on the air. I've got some cool plans coming up that I think people will enjoy. And it's just for fun. Me out there having fun.
Your first video was Parks in the Air, was it not?
Yes.
There you go. Your first video was Parks in the Air.
That was my first activation too.
Yeah, well, that's great. Izzo and Mike and I kind of took over Steve's stream the other night. We were supposed to be talking about tools, and we just started talking about POTA, and it was all downhill from there. So,
right.
Hey, Jason, I gotta tell you, I bumped into Shane. I got to know Shane through Joe Brett's channel.
Yeah,
this guy's incredible. Shane is. We've got some stuff.
Stop.
We got some, okay. All right. He's a horrible guy. He
there you go. That's more like
kept me up late. He kept me up so late the other night. I don't want to tell you. I was like sneaking into the bed, on my tiptoes, so the wife wouldn't hear me crawl back into it. That's how late we were.
I've done that before.
No, we got some stuff planned. We have some stuff planned up in the upcoming weeks. We're going to be doing some stuff, and I'm very happy to work with this guy. The more we talk, it's like, I don't care how far Texas is. The 6 of us, I've noticed with all of us here and the guys who are not here, we all have connections, and it's so sweet because the more you talk, it's like, if you believe in the afterlife or before life, whatever, we have been together doing something. It's
probably
scary.
So. It's a cigar thing. It's a cigar lineage.
That's right. Yeah,
it's intertwined.
Oh,
yeah. I did. I pitched the idea. Told Dizzo I work for Southwest, so I told him I was gonna come up there and do some parks on the air on the road, and go visit some of these folks that are doing activations in all the cool places that I don't want to drag all of my gear to, but I'll bring a camera and let everybody else see all these really cool parks. That's another the thing that I like is the fact that like Mike, That was when I saw your videos and was seeing you actually show the park and what's going on. It's not just you making contacts; you actually show the park, and that was kind of the direction that I wanted to go with it.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So
well, it's always good to see parks.
You're the Shane that's been blowing up my inbox, right?
Yes. Antenna configuration. Well, you said you loved antennas, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna blow you up on it.
Yeah. Anytime you email Mike, just put antenna as the subject line. He's sure to read the email.
Then he'll read that
what he's doing,
and not go delete.
Let me give a couple thanks to some super chats real quick. Massimo, if I'm saying your name right, De Alessandro. Says they're going for their tech license tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. See you guys. Guys, give me extra excite boost I needed. So congrats on getting your test and good luck on it. And hopefully you pass it, man. Let us circle back to us and let us know on the next live stream how you did. And then I want to thank Joseph also for the super chat 762, which is always a good number. Always a good. Here's to the deep freeze. So, Tio says that his daughters are Twitch streaming right now, and he doesn't have any bandwidth left. So, I can only assume that's because it's probably like negative 10 degrees there, and the freeze has slowed down his internet. So,
yeah, it's like the days of dial-up and all the
right. Yeah.
That's us tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that at all.
Yeah,
they keep that up north.
I came down here to the coast to get away from all that crap, and it's like 38 here right now, so it's not fun here right now either.
It's 21 in Dallas, and the wind chill is 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shane, what's the name of your channel again?
This Side of the Radio.
Oh, I can't.
It looks like Tio just dropped it.
Tio just dropped it in there. There we go. Good. Yeah. You guys, everybody in the chat right now, go check out that YouTube channel.
Sub this guy. He's good.
Yeah. If you like Parks on the Air videos, he did a really good one at a park over there in Dallas, one that I've actually never even been to. So
I found a new park in Oklahoma that's never been activated. That's next. So as soon as we get out of the snowpocalypse, then I'm gonna go up there and play radio.
There's 2 parks on Lake Texoma. One of them is in Texas, which is Eisenhower, and it's kind of the RV park inside of Eisenhower is kind of ugly. It's not ugly. It's surrounded by wooded trees, so it's not very aesthetically pleasing. It's on the south side of the lake. Yep. On the north side of the lake is Lake Texoma State Park, which is actually in Oklahoma, which was my first Oklahoma park activation. I went up there and camped for a couple nights, and it's right on the water. It's beautiful, great sunrise and everything. I'm like, man, I'm just going to go back and sit on the north side of the lake for the next time I come up there. But if you ever get a chance to go up there, that's a really pretty park.
Yeah. I also found one up by Windstar. There's a park up there to activate.
Yeah. I've seen it on the map. I haven't been up there. So cool. Good. So what's everybody drinking tonight? I know what Mike's drinking. Craig and Tom, what are you guys drinking?
I got Pacifico beer.
Oh,
I'm just water tonight. Usually I'm drinking some bourbon, but I a little run down, so I'm just drinking some water.
Wow.
This is the High West Double Rye.
Ooh. Okay.
And if you ever see it, grab it. About $30, I think. Awesome.
Yep. I've had some High West.
I don't think I've had that one. Cool. Good. So what's going on in the chat tonight? Who's anybody going to participate in the Hamvention QSO or Hamcation QSO party tomorrow?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go out in the yard and set up a snow shelter. I've been thinking about it all week. I'm like, man, I got all this snow. I should try build an igloo or something in the yard. So
yeah,
I might give it a try. So we'll see what happens.
Go to the container store and just get one of those big boxes,
like squares.
So you can just start packing the snow.
If you have any like Rubbermaid totes, we've done that in the past.
Yeah,
we take a Rubbermaid.
That's an idea.
Yeah,
it's the poor man's way, but it works. You know.
Yeah. No, I have plenty of those laying around. I'm sure I can do it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Don, you gonna drag the igloo out again?
No, the igloo's packed up right. I gotta work. I'm on a 4-day stretch here. So today was my Monday. I'm just drinking Diet Coke right now, and I shouldn't be because I gotta be up at 6. But Tuesday went again, just like you guys. There's some nasty weather that's moving from the west to the east this weekend. And I want to do some parks on Tuesday. I'm off on Tuesday and Wednesday. So, but who knows what's going to happen.
I've been itching to get back to Galveston Island State Park, which is only like 10 minutes from me, but it was really windy the first 4 or 5 days we were here. And then the wind died down. It was really nice for like a day. And I'm like, oh, okay, I should have gone out today. It was really foggy that morning, so I thought it was going to rain. And then it cleared up. It was a beautiful day. And the next day the rain started. And I just hadn't had a chance to get out there yet. So.
Our big snowstorm, I took out the snow thrower and I went in the back because for my generator, in case we lose power, I wanted to be able to run the generator real fast, hook up. And then I said, you know something? We're going to do a little bit bigger area for the ice hut. But then all of a sudden, 2 days later, we got another more 6 inches. Now everything's piled up and it's melting. And when it melts and it refreezes, so you have like these layers. And now the snow thrower doesn't even like going through that stuff.
Oh, gosh. Russell says I should come up to Nakona and hang out, get some Nakona beer. I've been into that place. That place is only about 20 minutes outside of our hunting lease. It's about 15, 20 minutes northeast of our hunting lease. If you watch my winter field day video or Mike's winter field day video, that's where we are. That's in Forestburg. And I've been in Nakona once. It was right as the lockdown started. So they were letting people in the door, and you could buy beer to go, but you couldn't sit down and drink a beer. So I need to get back up there. They had a really good some kind of stout, but they called it a stout, but it was more like a brown ale. It was pretty good, but yeah, good place up there. Really, really open space to go in and sit down.
Your two videos, I gotta tell you, you guys really. I don't know if you go have a chance, go back and watch your own videos, and then watch the other ones. You can kind of see, like Jason, you were talking. Mike is coming out of the trailer holding his camera, and I don't think he even knew it or whatever.
No,
it was kind of cool. It was just kind of cool how you, as well as both of your perspectives. I mean, the whole water bottle or
behind the scenes,
keep your connector dry.
Whoa! Let's slow down on that, boys. That's my invention. Yeah. Okay,
patented design.
All right, let's rewind. Mike's. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Telsa. I'm sorry that you didn't get credit for this one. No, that's I got to tell you something. I am always going to carry an empty plastic bottle like that, 16.9 of whether it's water, soda, because that is an awesome.
It's a great idea.
And I'm the guy who's known as
I have lots of those.
Holiday. I like that.
Just remember, boys, who coined the phrase "ham harder"?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's how I roll, buddy.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
When's that going to be in the merch store, Mike?
I don't know.
It's already there.
The t-shirts are there. This hat right here, I'm getting some of these made up. These are those flex fit hats that they come in about 3 sizes. It's like a small medium, a medium large, and a large extra large. And then they've got elastic in the back. They're flexible hats. Some of my favorite hats. I've got several hats with different designs here on them, and really love these hats. So I'm getting some made, but I got to get them different sizes so that there's some in there for everybody. But they're coming. They're coming. They're on their way.
I always love a good ball cap.
So is there any word on the Buddy Hex beam, when that will be available that you guys used?
So yeah, I talked to Chris. Well, let me say hi to Adam real quick. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. I finally made it on. I was doing some chores around the house and got tied up. But Mike, just congratulations on getting into the new place.
What do you got? A little bit of Johnny Walker as well. Let me top mine up here.
Yes, indeed. Happy Friday, guys.
Yeah, happy Friday for sure. Yeah. So the Buddy Hex is, you know what? I have not the slightest clue when he's actually going to release that thing because it's been. He keeps redesigning it and for good reason. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's been improved upon a couple of times. So the model that I have, I'm going to tell you my idea that he's implementing. So hold on to that for a second. The way it is now is it's pre-cut wire. So you don't have to tune the thing. Okay. So it's pre-cut wire for everything from 6 to 20. And the wire it's got the spacers in the middle like a common hex beam, so that you've got your director and reflector in the back, or your driven element and reflector, however that works with a 2 element. I'm not as smart as Adam is, but the way the hex beam works is the piece that goes like this is your driven element, I think, and then the piece around the back is your reflector. So it's all one wire, and it's got like a little nylon line in between the two elements for the beam. And he's got on the end of each of those, he's got a ring connector, which goes around the very common buddy pole type thumb, plastic thumb screw that you see on all his antennas. Well, after he was doing some testing with it, he's like, man, I think what we're going to do is instead of putting ring terminals on the end of the wire, he's like, and having to take the entire thumb screw completely off of the post and put your wire on, then put the thumb screw back on. He's going to put hook terminals on the end of the wire. So he's going to make that improvement. And here's my idea. I told him, I was like, dude, with the popularity of the 705 right now, it wouldn't take hardly any wire at all. You need to put a 2-meter element on the bottom of that thing underneath the 6-meter element. And he's like, you know what? Okay. And he sent me a picture of it like 2 days ago.
Great idea.
He's like, you're not going to break any pileups with this, but it'll get on 2-meter sideband and it'll talk horizontally. And I'm like, what more can you ask for? So like this little ring at the bottom of the hex beam. I'm like, that is pretty freaking
and
cool,
for Winter
man.
Field Day, that was only up 30 feet, right?
24 feet. Only up 24 feet. So the hex beam itself, the base of it was up 24 feet. And by the time you get to the top of the inverted umbrella, or whatever you want to call it, it's about another 2 to 3 feet. So the tip of the 20-meter is up roughly about 27 feet, which is where it's kind of supposed
I worked
to be.
you guys on 40. And I don't know. No,
that was the DX Commander. That was the DX Commander because
okay.
The hex beam won't do.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Lord Cal.
Yeah.
DX Commander.
Yeah, that was the DX Commander. So that was a 40-meter antenna. And yeah, I was the one who worked you, Don, and I was on the G90 with an amplifier. And that's all those pileups that Mike and I were both working in both of our videos was on Mike's radio with my amplifier.
No, that was antenna, and that was Jason's radio.
Oh, was that Jason's radio?
Yeah.
I thought that was yours and your boss.
No.
Talking about Ham harder. I finished a cigar, and I heard you guys. I said, "That's it." Firing up another cigar. I said, "I'm not leaving this hut. I don't care if I got to stay." And I had to be up to work the next day. But guess what? I said, "If I got to sleep out here, I don't care." Yeah. I had that. I was nice 55 degrees inside that hut. Anyway, long story short,
that's not bad.
Propagation on 40 is always funny. You never know what you're going to get because all of a sudden it could just stop. You don't know. Right. You guys were anywhere from about an S3, S4, and then all of a sudden you were that's why I thought you were swinging that beam towards the east. Work us East Coasters.
It was the DX Commander that was going back and forth in the wind.
That's right. At a 5.7, and a beautiful, and the audio. That audio was so nice. And
really.
And then the whole thing was and I do this with POTA, and Adam, maybe tell me if you do this with soda. If you want to work somebody and the piles up, Craig, you guys, you too, you're working somebody and the piles up. I'll try to become the last guy so you hear me. I don't want to be the first guy. Everything is just all jumble.
That's called tail ending.
Right.
I don't care what it is. I finally got the lease, and I was happy.
Yeah. What antenna were you using, Don?
What's up?
Were you on a DX Commander too, or?
No, I was on an NFED. It's called the Ultimax NFED. It's 10 through 20 is really good, but I was working on 40. I wanted to try it. I wanted to do everything different for Winter Field Day. And besides, I can't because according to Winter Field Day rules, my DX Commander is permanently installed. So if you want to play by the rules, you can't use existing antennas.
Even on a home station?
Yes, I was outdoors. Outdoor stations.
Oh, you were okay. You're outdoors, but if you would have been one hotel, you could have. I think
I could have. Yeah.
If you'd have probably just went outside and like kicked the base of it, and
moved it around.
Moved it.
There was 7 inches of snow out there. No,
it's
no. I was just literally in long underwear. It got so hot in that tent. And Kyle told me. Kyle said, "Don, you're going to get hot," and he was right. I did not need that second tank inside that tent. No way. Never again. I brought too much out there with me, except for cigars.
I tried working you guys, but I was too close to you. I could hear you on 40, but I was just bouncing right over the top of you.
Yeah.
I think from here, I'm probably 100 miles, I think.
Where are you? You're like Fort Worth or something?
No, I'm north. I'm so 20 miles north of Dallas, if you want to think of it that way.
No, you're not
straight
north.
Yeah, you were close.
Yeah.
I can hear you. I can hear you great.
You might be 30, 40 miles as the crow flies. You're not
getting
that
some
far.
ground wave there.
We're about 20 miles due north of Decatur.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're due east of Bowie. So
I'm from Bowie.
Yeah,
that's my stomping ground.
Yeah. Bowie's.
Hey, there's a clip of you in my winter field day. I couldn't work you. You had such a big pile up, but you were booming into here in Pennsylvania.
Who's you? Who you talking to,
Tom? Jason. I heard you calling.
Okay.
And I think there's a clip in my winter field day video of you calling. I tried you for a while, but I was running QRP, and you had. I mean, there were so many people calling you. I was like, and I moved on somewhere else. And I said, "Oh, I'll come back." When I came back, you guys weren't on the air at that time, I guess, or changed frequencies, and I didn't see it.
Yeah, that was fun. I got on the radio and started calling CQ, and that pileup just came, and I was probably running for about 35 or 40 minutes, and then, I mean, you can see it in the video. My eyes are like, huh? So the brisket came off the barbecue. No, like I'm in the zone, right? But like I'm not even drinking my beer. But then the brisket came off the barbecue. I'm like, okay, all right, guys, see you later. But then Jason's like, well, wait a minute.
It's like
he just kind of hopped on because I said I'm going QRT. And then Jason hops on like 30 seconds later.
Yeah, I'm like, don't give up the frequency.
And I lose you. There we are. And so he's like, no, new operator. And then he kept going on for half hour, 45 minutes or something while we all got shots of the brisket cutting and whatnot. I do want to give a public service announcement, if I may, though. And I'm not from Texas, but I have been very much into barbecuing since about 2012. I barbecue a lot at home. Do not ever put barbecue sauce on barbecue. My God.
No.
If you need barbecue sauce, you got crap barbecue. Holy crap.
Like, people ask me if I like, oh, you're from Texas. Do you like sweet or spicy barbecue sauce? I'm like, none of the above.
No.
Like, you're not
a rub.
Exactly.
If you like barbecue sauce just because you like it, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you have properly smoked meat, you don't need barbecue sauce.
No.
That's like putting ketchup on a New York strip.
That's right. Well, barbecue sauce is just another flavor of ketchup in my book.
I mean, it's made from tomato paste.
I can understand putting some barbecue sauce on a sandwich. You know, if you're putting smoked meat on a sandwich, the bread's kind of dry. It can help to have a little bit of sauce on there. But if you're eating just barbecue, it's not right.
I will do pulled pork sliders with King's Hawaiian rolls. Oh my God, those things are so good. And I like open pit barbecue sauce. I'll put a little bit of that on there. But when I'm pulling the pork butt, like that's dinner right there, just pulling it. You don't actually sit down and eat.
Right. Yeah. Just pull it straight out the grill.
Exactly.
Straight out of the smoker. Don't even need a plate.
No, you're pulling it apart, and it's it's in the big foil container, and you're just eating it as you're pulling it. So that's dinner there. But no, I like to do pork tacos and sliders and stuff with pork butt, and I'll use a little bit of barbecue sauce there. I would really have more of a Carolina style, more vinegary kind of sauce though. In a perfect world, but. Ribs, brisket. Oh my God!
No,
they put it on the burn.
Never put it on brisket. Never put it on brisket.
Yeah, that's sacrilegious. Putting it on the burning.
That's sacrilegious.
Yeah. Bob did that. So okay, I got it.
No, Bob didn't do that. Your friends told him to do that.
I don't have any friends that would tell Bob to do that. Those people aren't my friends. Who
them guys that came up, Steve and Joe.
Oh, well. Those guys are my friends. They're cool people, but no,
they did that.
I tell you what, it's Bob is from New York, and he can smoke a mean brisket. He's actually quite good at it. So, I was impressed. He did it for us last year, I think it was the first time, and I'm like, this is pretty darn good. So he said he wanted to do it again. I'm like, okay, go ahead. So, Charlie's in the chat, dude. You need to come join us, Charlie. Red Summit RF.
What is a yakitori exception?
I'm not Googling that.
Someone Wild
yakitori
Cascadia Radio says, "Please allow me an yakitori exception."
Yakitori is like Japanese barbecue. It's really good stuff, but I still don't know that I'd put sauce on yakitori.
I'll eat the crap out of some sushi, but
Korean barbecue is quite good.
You beat me to it.
I grew up with a Korean guy. He and I were in the same class together. We hung out. I still talk to him. He's one of my good friends, and he would take us to a Korean barbecue joint. And wow, that stuff's really good.
I've not had that. I'll try. I'll eat anything, but I'm just saying, like, that's, American barbecue.
Right.
Now, I guess I will from every now and again, I might put a little bit of barbecue sauce on my ribs while finishing, but it caramelizes
just
and
to get
it's
the caramelization, a little sweetness on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'm not going to.
I can agree with that.
Sauce.
I'm going to say something that will offend all the Texans in the room.
Uh-oh.
And that's okay, because I was born here, and I can say this if I want to. So, Texas ribs are good. Memphis ribs are better.
I agree with you.
Yeah, brisket.
I'm from Texas.
You want to get good. You want to get good brisket. You go to Texas, and we got some really good ribs down here. Don't get me wrong, but if you want really, really outstanding ribs, Memphis, go down to Beale Street and go to one of those rib joints on Beale Street where they're smoking it right there. You can smell it when you walk in the door.
Dude, I stopped in Memphis. Literally, I was in downtown Memphis on my drive down here to Texas. We're supposed to drink every time we say Texas, by the way. So I'm like, all right. I'm like my hotel's like right on the Mississippi River. Mm-hmm. I'm asking the bell guy, like, where's a good place to eat? So he tells me this place to go. I got pictures somewhere, but seemed like a cool town, but like everything was shut down because of COVID.
Well, yeah, I mean, right now, okay.
So
but
I get there
like 6 times, man.
Yeah. So I get there and I'm like, I want a brisket and rib platter, and then so I'm looking at the menu, like right when you get in, it's like this big chalkboard menu thing, and then you get closer to the counter and like there's like a shortage of brisket somehow. I don't know how this happens, but they didn't have brisket.
The cows all have COVID, I guess.
Yeah.
The cows are wearing masks.
So I didn't. Yeah. But that's like, how are you out of a brisket? Here in Texas at the HEB, there's literally a vat cooler full of big giant briskets to buy. They're like $30. They're dirt cheap. There's no shortage of brisket.
No.
But then they didn't have lobster's great.
Yeah.
But then I wanted to get like a brisket rib pulled pork combo kind of thing. And I don't know why I didn't get ribs. Probably because I didn't feel like spending the money because I wanted a pulled pork sandwich and I wanted these pulled pork nachos. I wanted everything on the menu. Yeah, I didn't get the ribs, and I should have. These pulled pork nachos, though, holy crap!
Yeah,
it was like
those can be good.
It was like 8 tons of pulled pork, a whole like giant bag of cheese, jalapenos, bacon, cilantro. Oh my god!
I'm getting hungry now.
So Memphis barbecue's good.
Yeah.
Still not very smoky though, and I've been to a couple barbecue places here in Texas, and I didn't get a lot of smoke. I don't.
You need to go to Hard 8.
Hard 8's good for smoke. Yeah.
No, I need to go in my backyard.
Oh, there you go.
I'll tell you what my boss told me about Hard 8. That's up in Dallas, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, there's the original one's in Stephenville, which is the only one that I go to.
Well, I've never been to the one in Stephenville.
So for those that don't know, where is Stephenville?
So Stephenville is about 45 minutes west of Fort Worth.
Yeah.
So we call it the $100 hamburger. So when my friends and I go fly, we'll leave Dallas and it's a 30-minute flight over to Stephenville, and then they'll come pick you up and take you across the street to the barbecue place.
Yeah, I've heard about that place. That sounds good.
I've never been to the original Hard 8. Is it better than the ones around the Metroplex? That's the first time I was ever at Hard 8. It was the one in Coppell.
So I haven't been to that one.
Okay.
The one up here by me in the colony in that near Nebraska Furniture Mart. That one's actually decent.
Yeah, it's good.
But it's like one of those, like, I don't know if they don't smoke enough during the day, but Mike, it's like you get up there and you got your mindset for brisket, and they'll say, well, unfortunately, we're out of brisket. And you look over and you're like, all these smokers are going. And how did you run out of brisket?
How'd you run out of
How did
brisket?
you run out of brisket?
So I remember when they built that place, the one in Coppell was there first.
Yeah.
And then they built that one in the Colony a couple years later, something like that. And when they first built that one in the Colony, it was like, I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but if you were driving down Sam Rayburn Toll Road from Carrollton towards Plano or towards McKinney, and they had that smoker going, and they'd have a south wind coming in, and that smoke would be billowing over the highway, and it'd be like everybody was just exiting. I mean,
it's like a beacon.
Come on in. Yeah,
it's just like a beacon.
So, it's but both of those are the two locations I've been to, and both of them are good. Now, for brisket, there's a place in Grapevine. There's a new place. Their original place is in Grapevine. They got a new place in Trophy Club now. It's called Meat You Anywhere. Meat is MEAT. So
I got to re-beer.
Meet You Anywhere, and they have better brisket than Hard 8.
Really?
So yeah, but they don't have as much variety as Hard 8 does. Okay, they don't have the full chicken, or they don't have the brush poppers, the jalapeno, and the chicken poppers, the shrimp poppers, and all that. They've got some of that, but as far as the brisket goes, the Meet You Anywhere brisket is better than the Hard 8 by that much, probably something like that. They're both really good. I mean, you're not going to go wrong with either one, but yeah.
There's a barbecue place. It's down near College Station. It's actually south of College Station. I'm trying to find the name of it. And when you're driving back through, when you come back to Dallas or Fort Worth, stop by there. If it's early in the morning, if it's in the afternoon, they're usually out of everything, but he cooks it overnight.
Yeah.
But I was going to, you and Mike, it would be an easy drive for Mike. But that's another one of the things, the $100 hamburger thing that we would fly down there. You get the rental car or the courtesy car and drive over to this place. And you get there at like 7:00 in the morning. I mean, I don't like brisket for breakfast, but I could definitely take it with me and bring it back and eat it for lunch. But it is amazing. I'll get the name of it.
Yeah, give me the name of it. I'm not sure where you're talking about, but brisket for breakfast is excellent if you put it in a tortilla with some scrambled eggs.
Breakfast
tacos with an egg.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
I've had good barbecue in Texas, but I honestly got to say the best barbecue I've had was in Kansas City.
See, okay, so people were talking about Kansas City in the chat a minute ago, and yes, I've had Kansas City barbecue, but I've not had Kansas City barbecue in Kansas City. So what I'd like to do is take a trip and go to a couple places, because Memphis ribs are excellent if you go to Memphis and get them fresh from the place where they're made. If you get them shipped to you or they're probably good, but they're not going to be as good as like going down and sitting down and having them freshly made for you. And I haven't done that for Kansas City yet. So I'm not going to say one way or the other about that. But again, I think it really depends on what kind of meat you're talking about, because if you're talking about brisket, the best brisket's in Texas. If you're talking about ribs, we have really good ribs here. Don't get me wrong, but I like the Memphis ribs better. So what do you think in Kansas City what kind of meat would you go for in Kansas City?
I always get the burn ends. So
Okay.
I'm a brisket fan, and go to the, look at the Google Street View of the restaurants you're looking at, and the sketchier it looks, the better it is. Probably be.
That's true.
The better it is.
That's a good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
we do that on road trips. We go to find the hole in the walls, and I'll tell you what, we were in Kentucky one time and had awesome barbecue. I can't remember the name of the place. It was in Bardstown, Kentucky, which is the home of bourbon. And it was fantastic.
Bourbon.
Okay, I found it.
Bourbon.
So it's called Back Porch Barbecue, and it's in LaGrange, Texas. So, Mike, that's not far. It's not too far of a drive for you. And when you're coming back to Fort Worth, Jason,
LaGrange is not down 45. LaGrange is down 35.
77.
Okay. Oh yeah, but it's not. Yeah. So we just take 45 all the way from Galveston all the way back to Dallas.
What's the Texas definition of not far?
Less than 3 hours.
5 hours or less.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Okay.
Less than
3
Because in
hours.
Detroit, it was like 45 minutes an hour. Detroit's got a pretty big metropolitan area, but
yeah,
like even like if I left Detroit and went to Traverse City, which is like up north, we call it, because it is in the north direction. That's 3 hours. Okay, that's the whole state. Here it's like, well, that's a little spot.
So here's how I define it, and you guys can tell me if you agree with me or not. Okay, so Galveston is if you look at Google Maps from Fort Worth to Galveston, it's
right now.
It's about a 4.5 hour drive. If you just drive through and no stops. Okay, so that's not far because it's twice that far to get down to Corpus Christi. So
that's true.
And Corpus Christi has prettier beaches. It's a little bit prettier ocean, a little bit cleaner ocean most of the time. You can get some really blue water in Galveston, but Corpus Christi you get it more often. But Corpus Christi is a good 9 or 10 hours. So Galveston being at 4.5 hours is not far. Now, what is far is getting in your car at 4:45 in the afternoon, non-COVID related time. I'm going to tell you, and driving from, let's say, Grapevine to Plano, which takes a freaking hour, should be a 20-minute drive, but takes
that's not
far.
Too many idiots.
Yes.
Well, why is that? Just
because there's 100,000 cars on the road.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's far. That's far. I would rather be going 5 hours south down the interstate doing 75 than driving 30 minutes across town in traffic of bumper to bumper traffic going 15 miles an hour. That's just not
that drive back from the hunting lease was so freaking long. My God. Well, the whole way up, I'm looking for things to film. I stopped at Buc-ee's. I'm doing things.
Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah, you're trying to get back when you're done, right?
The way down, I was like, oh my God.
It will never end.
I used to travel for a living. I used to travel all over the country.
Oh yeah.
I used to drive a lot.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really bother me. But I was like, good God.
So is it
4.5 hours?
Don says, drive to El Paso sometime. I have done that. I've driven to El Paso. From Carrollton, we drove to El Paso. Yeah. It's about 10 and a half hours. So it's not too bad. Honestly, it takes as long to get to El Paso as it does to get from DFW to Albuquerque.
You can drive 10 and a half hours and still be in Texas.
Yeah.
So, that's not even far, man. If you wanted to drive to the southern tip, it's like 13 hours or so.
So I used to drive trucks for a living. And my route was from Dallas to Riverside, California. Mm-hmm. The farthest I could go in a legal driving day was Las Cruces, New Mexico. Yeah. So I would leave Dallas, and Las Cruces is like that far from El Paso.
Right.
So, and then from El Paso or from Las Cruces to Riverside, California was another full driving day. So it literally takes you halfway to Los Angeles is El Paso, Texas.
Right. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
I used to drive semis as well from Phoenix to, and one of my deliveries, unfortunately, was El Paso. And I always had to go down there to Philly the Kid Avenue to deliver to all the Pep Boys. And it was a nightmare. Anytime I had to go into Texas, this is 2 days. No offense about it. You're not getting out of there in less than a half a week.
They say the people in Texas that I grew up with say that El Paso is the only place in Texas where you can get in a car and drive east to get to West Texas, and that's about right. So,
yeah, no kidding.
And if you drive for Swift Transportation, you're looking at 3 days just to get in.
Because they're governed at 55 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how I learned through.
I can drive. I can drive from. Okay, so Dallas-Fort Worth is not even on the border. Okay, it's about an hour and a half north to the Oklahoma border, and it's about that same amount of time east to the Arkansas. Texarkana is east, and Texoma is north. So it's about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in either direction. So we're not on the border of Texas, but I can get in the car in Dallas, and I can drive northeast, and I can be in Illinois in the time it would take me to drive due west and get to El Paso.
To get to El Paso, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've realized that no matter what state you come from, once you hit the border of Texas, drink. That's halfway.
That's halfway. Yeah.
It's so true.
That's true.
The only way you can get through Texas in less than a day is going across I-40 through Amarillo. That is it. You have to hit the panhandle.
Yeah, just
dude. I came in from Memphis through Arkansas, or is it Arkansas? And that was actually a really pretty state to drive through, though.
It is. Yeah, Arkansas is beautiful.
But once I hit the border of Texas,
and as he takes a drink,
I mean, literally, it was so long. Like if you've ever here's I'm gonna go a little off topic here, but there's a story called The Jaunt by Stephen King.
Yeah, I've heard.
Where, dude, it is that it was in one of his short stories. I don't know if it was a Bachman book or a Stephen King thing, but it was about like teleporting through from like Earth to Mars or whatever it was. Why is terracotta tiles more expensive? I don't know. I just got a text message. But like you had to be asleep during this jaunt to like teleport, right? And if you were awake, you're gonna die on the other side.
Oh, that's like the Langoliers, the people in the plane.
No, it's nothing like the Langoliers at all.
It's sort of like that. Because if you're awake, you die. Yeah.
Well, okay, that tiny little aspect. But the jaunt. So the guy's kid, they're in at the end of the book. The guy's kid is they're going to jaunt, right? And the guy's kid stays with because they give everybody sleeping pills, right? Well, the guy's kid doesn't take it, and he gets on the other side. And he was like, it was so long. It was so like it feels like an eternity. It's like a split second. But if you're awake, it's so long, and it felt like the jaunt. If anybody's read that, you'll know what it means. But otherwise, like the half of the book is explaining like how long this nanosecond trip feels if you're awake.
If you're awake.
Oh my God, he does such a great. It's such a great story. I love Stephen King. But anyway, that's what the border of Texas to Houston felt like to me. It was the jaunt.
It was
so long.
The drive between Memphis and Little Rock is the most boring stretch of highway I've ever been on. It was awful.
No,
anything through Nebraska is torture.
I was excited.
Thankfully, on the Nebraska drive. Yeah,
you have to.
God, for me, through there.
For me, it was a fantastic experience. I'm originally from South Florida. Okay, I'm from Fort Lauderdale. So all of the trees and all of the fauna, I believe it is, or the flora, whatever it is, it all starts to change. And the Carolinas are the same way, where the pine trees start getting this real nasty bark. Like you do not want to throw paracord over a pine tree in this area. Okay, it will just it's never coming back down.
This is how Mike's mind works. He's like, "Can I throw paracord over that?" No.
It's like rough jiggles and shark teeth.
Yeah. So I'm looking at all this, and I'm like, it's bringing me back to my early childhood of being in Florida and seeing all this, and that was my life. And it was like and then I saw palm trees, and I was like, there's palm trees down here. So But it was interesting to see it kind of changed. Memphis was still kind of like northern like foliage and stuff, but then once I started getting into Arkansas, like you could literally just watch it change, and that was so beautiful. And I got more and more excited. I'm like, am I going to see Spanish moss on trees? But I didn't see it. But just looking at all of the nature, I mean, I'm a POTA guy. I do it for a reason, because I love being outdoors and I love trees and bugs and stuff like that.
I've made that drive from Little Rock to Memphis. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the route that I normally take if I'm driving from home to Dayton, which I've done 3 years in a row before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I've made that drive, and it's basically just 2-lane highways through these big, huge 30, 40 foot tall trees. And I don't mind that. That doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't get as old as driving to Flagstaff. Down the highway that goes down for like
about
a year and a half, and then you get down to the bottom, and you're like, oh, I'm down at the bottom now. It's only another 1,000 miles that way to get to that big ass rock in the sky that's over there that they call a ship. And I'm like, now don't get me wrong, that's a beautiful part of the country, but I'm like, I need warp speed right now, because this is taking way too long. So I would much rather drive through trees than go that ship rock and Flagstaff route in New Mexico out there.
All right, guys,
Holy
I gotta throw one at you. And Tom, this is no disrespect to my buddy Tom in Pennsylvania. Interstate 80.
There's a disclaimer.
Interstate 80, similar to what you guys are talking about. Again, being in food sales, I've had the pleasure of being all over the place. But I had to go out to Ohio a couple times, and there's a great truck stop out in Ohio, and out in a place called Maumee, and they great beer, some of the best steaks I've ever
it's
had.
just south of Toledo.
Yes, but to get from New York City, New York State, across Pennsylvania, it's I don't know, what is it, Tom? It's just mountains of nothing to really look at. And you got to be careful. And everyone sells pretzels, which I love pretzels, but it just seems like pretzels in Pennsylvania is a staple. It's like
every rest stop.
Yes,
Only if they're stuffed with peanut butter.
Yeah, but it was just a hard road to drive, and thank God for a CB and a 2-meter radio. And
yeah,
if you're not talking to a truck driver, you're talking to somebody. Just but I know what you guys are talking about, Pennsylvania.
Right. So Tom W5KUB is in the chat. Got his message up on the screen right now. Tom, I'm going to send you an email, buddy, with the link to this chat. You're welcome to join us if you'd like. I'm copying the correct link right now. I don't want to send you to the wrong place. So
we have Utz down here.
Utz, yeah.
We have what?
I got it. Utz.
Yeah, what?
Uniform Tango Zulu. Utz. I call it Utz. I bought a big freaking thing of cheese balls when I first moved down here.
Oh yeah.
I'm at Walmart just like getting provisions when I first got to the hotel. And I grabbed a bag of chips. I'm like, I need some munchies, right? So I'm carrying on my way with the cart, and then there's this big pallet of Utz cheese balls. So I took
the big barrel
the chips on. Yeah, the big barrel. So I put the chips. I don't even know what I did with them. Like took the chips out of the cart and put the barrel of cheesy poo. But I gotta find the big fat, like the pretzels, the big fat ones, the sourdough ones.
Yeah, I will send you.
Don,
more.
You sent me pretzels. You sent me pretzels. Those, and I appreciate it. And I ate them.
Want?
They were delicious. Those were not the right ones. Those were not the right ones.
What do you want?
I don't
sourdough?
know. They're the big ones, the big fat ones with the white salt on it, the big giant chunks of salt.
Yeah, those are sourdough.
Yeah.
I'm making
the cheese
right
ball.
now.
Okay. Like one of them is like 100 calories. Like, yeah, I'm not kidding. Yeah.
It takes you 20 minutes to chew through it.
Yes, they're drier than dirt. I love them. I love them.
Yeah, if they're really dry, then they're sourdough then.
Oh yeah.
My vet uses those cheese balls for treats for the dogs when they're going. You're going to get a shot. They have a thing, and it's like, well, I'm a good boy, I need one of those cheese balls too.
The roof of my mouth did hurt, Scout 75.
Sterling, I just saw you in the. I saw you in the reading room. I hope you haven't been waiting too long. Sorry about that.
I hope you're comfortable.
No, I was just
looks comfortable.
Are you on a train? You look like you're on a train.
I just dropped in.
He has he is wearing an excellent T-shirt though.
Yeah, it's got the QRP
T-shirt
on.
I'm on a couch. Wife.
You're on a couch. You're right.
I have terrible service, but I'm just checking into. Actually, this is a test for tomorrow because I have Hamcation. I'm gonna do the Yoda, one of the Yoda youth things. So how's my signal coming through?
You're 5'9".
I'm literally in the middle of nowhere.
You're 5'9".
You're fine.
Into Texas.
Yeah, that's surprising. I'm at a cabin at a little ranch near Potosi, Missouri.
Cool.
So I've got this Restream account that I've used for a while, and this is the what they call the live studio inside of Restream, which I've never used it before, like a couple weeks ago. But the internet down here on Galveston Island really kind of sucks compared to home. Cool. And it worked. It's less bandwidth intensive to use this than what I normally use at home. That's why I'm using it tonight. And I have not had on my end. I've not had any blips from anybody tonight. Everybody sound really good tonight.
Oh, it's caught out a few times for me, but it could be because I'm tethering from my phone, so I don't know.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah. Okay. I am on I am Ethernet connected to
I'm
my modem,
impressed.
but yeah, it works pretty well for what it is, I think.
Can I give a shout out, Jason?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Whiskey 8, November Golf Tango, and Ice Maker Tube. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. You're awesome.
I think there's some lag.
You're amazing.
That's good.
I'm like, huh? And you're talking, and then you start like saying.
If you're
stuff,
listening
and
to, if you're
I see
listening to
your face is moving right now.
if you're listening to YouTube but watching the stream that you're connected to, that's wrong. You should know better than that. You're a YouTuber, for crying out loud. So mute YouTube and
No,
unmute.
I know that.
Okay.
I'm on my phone.
Oh,
There's
well,
a
then
good
that's your
bit of
phone.
delay.
Hey,
be honest,
Sterling,
you might be
is it
right.
an
Let me check
iPhone?
out.
Be honest, is it an iPhone?
Don't go there, Jason.
Is it? Yeah,
That's got nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
It is an iPhone.
Yeah, that's
why
why.
the quality
Sorry.
is so.
Yes, he's using the phone that everyone else copies.
That's why. Sure, yeah. If iPhone copied BlackBerry, then I would agree with that. Because
It
BlackBerry
does
was
say
the original
mobile device
smartphone.
support
But
is limited.
I'm not having this
But I
conversation.
do have a MacBook here.
you don't want to lose again, Mike. So no, I just.
I will not lose. I will not.
You
I will
already
not
lost.
go quietly into the night.
We're going to live on. We're going to survive.
I used to have a Nextel.
agree.
I used to have a Nextel.
I had a Nextel.
I had one of
back in
those.
the day.
Those were
Was
awesome.
that the walkie-talkie phones?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
The i1000.
yeah. I had one of those.
So
I
let me
sold
tell Don Diagidio, I just changed my address with the FCC a couple days ago, so the Zed may pick it up eventually. So you can get my address there if anyone wants to send me pretzels or beer. Please don't send me pretzels unless
stalk
it's
'em.
sourdough pretzels. You can stalk me. I got there's all kinds of pews right in that closet.
Those of you buying, let me just put it this way. Those of you buying items through Mike's Amazon affiliate account, send him some of those that you're buying. I'm just going to put it that way. You know who you are. Just send him some of those things that are being purchased through Mike's Amazon.
Are you talking about
He gets the
those
best
items?
Yeah, those things. Yeah. About every 3 weeks, Mike comes into the Discord chat. He's like, "Okay, boys, guess what?"
It's only been twice. It's only been twice. Let's not say that though, because they don't know that we can see. It's just
To be fair, they're anonymous,
I was
We
going
don't
to
know
say we don't know
who's
who it
buying
is.
they're anonymous. They are anonymous.
but we know what.
Sometimes we see certain things being purchased
Oh, yeah, certain things.
for certain uses.
Antennas,
The last one.
radios.
You know,
Well,
Mike,
that's okay.
maybe we do know that you can see, and
It's-
that's,
it's getting too happy
maybe
of a
they
happy
know,
hour.
and that's why they buy them.
It's never too happy of a happy hour. Never.
Yeah.
Where's the swear jar? I'm just getting ready for the swear jar to come out.
Yeah. I invited Bob. Oh, I think Bob's settled now. I need to get him back on the stream.
He has a great video. If you go watch his channel, but he did some damage to the RV. Did you see that one?
Oh,
No, I didn't
no.
see.
Bad.
Yeah,
popped
he
up-
wrecked that.
It popped up in my feed, and I
done
clicked.
goofed.
Oh, I got to watch that later, and I haven't gone back to watch it yet, but I will.
The drone did some beautiful photography. You can see he's got a nice layout. When that snow melts,
Mhm.
that's gonna be nice.
That's gonna,
Got
yeah.
some land. Got some. It looks like an antenna farm in the making.
It's
Oh,
almost,
yeah.
It's almost like Longmire. It's
Yeah,
almost like
yeah.
Longmire, so.
Well, he was
The
on.
snow-
He,
the-
about 2 or 3 weeks before he moved, he came onto my lunchtime live stream, and we shared a Google Earth picture of where he was moving to. And I'm like, oh, dude. So he's got like this big shop, like 30 by 30 garage shop out back, and it's going to be really sweet. So yeah, he's going to have fun out there, I think.
His shop is like my house.
So Scout asks about the Amazon. Do those things antenna?
Ask Kyle.
Frank might could make an antenna
Frank Mike
out
could
of it.
probably make an antenna out of it. Yeah. He's made antennas out of similar shaped items.
Yeah,
So
Zucchini.
Nice.
zucchini.
Hey, we're
Don,
talking
Don,
Italian now.
Don, are we referring to the image you posted in Discord regarding the weather?
I took that image down.
Oh,
I took that image down.
we're trying to keep it PG-13.
I cannot deny nor can I confirm.
You cannot confirm or deny. So you guys are talking about Bob too much. I'm going to send him the link to this Zoom right now, or to this stream. I said
What's
it's
he,
not a
2
Zoom.
hours behind. So what is he?
Yeah, it's only
Commence
7
your
o'clock where he's
monetizing
at.
Channel.
It's only 7 o'clock where he's at.
No, it's 8 o'clock where he is. He's on Mountain Time.
Oh, that's right. He is on Mountain Time. See, I'm used to California. I'm used to California. There's too many YouTubers in California.
Hang on, let's see,
They
boys.
always talking
Right.
about California.
Don just said I'm good on QRZ. Did it work?
QRZ updates every 24 hours. If you're updated in the FC,
Yeah, but I haven't checked
ULS,
it. No crap, it
but
does.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
you
there
should be
go.
good on Zed like within a day. Seriously,
I didn't know how long the FCC would take to update my address, but cool.
Mm.
So now, but then here's the thing, though. Logbook of the World. How do you change that? I got to go do that.
You have
Holy
to do
crap,
a new
if I know.
key.
You have to basically start from scratch. So
So-
you're a
Do I
technician
got to get
now.
that stupid
So-
postcard?
No,
Yeah.
you can
Postcard.
request another. You can request another. You have to
No,
request another
yes.
key,
You
and
know,
then
if
it
we
gets
only had
emailed to
blockchain-
you.
Dude, I
It's
request
awful.
keys all the
Awful.
time when I restart my computer or something. But
It's
I'm in a
awful.
new area, so I have to start
I don't know how that works. It's a
fresh
good question.
because Logbook of the World is like if you want worked all states, it has to be within a 50-mile radius
Right,
of your
yeah.
of your QTH.
Right.
So I just before I came down here, I got my worked all states. I've had it forever on FT8, but I haven't applied for it because I wanted to get it on phone.
Yeah,
Now I was waiting for like Nevada, I think was my last state.
Yeah.
And I finally have it.
North Dakota is hard to get
now
from
I have
Texas.
to. No, I
Yes,
got
it
North
is.
Dakota. I got North Dakota, Alaska,
From Texas? I said
no,
North
no.
Dakota is hard to get from Texas, is what I said. So
Okay,
from
when
Michigan
when
is
I
probably
was in Michigan.
oh, Michigan.
I got, dude. Alaska was one. Hawaii was one of my first HF contacts, as was Alaska. Like I got a couple rare ones early.
I
Can't get
Hawaii
Alaska.
early. Yeah, Alaska's hard.
You need a
got Hawaii
Pactana
early on.
NFED half wave, and you will
Well,
get
you
Alaska.
know, if this guy would quit making them sell out every time he does a live stream,
Exactly.
I
Where
would
is
have
it?
had
Wrong
one.
Wrong one.
Yeah.
But no, it was
Craig has
in,
one.
it was in my cart,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
went to hit.
Thanks, Craig.
I went to hit buy.
Let
and
me
it
know
goes,
how
"This
that
item
antenna
is
goes,
sold
Craig."
out."
Guaranteed Alaska right here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What's up?
Dadgummit.
No, Mike,
Uh,
confirming. Yes, I have the app, and I see your new grid. Yes, I know exactly. What
Oh,
it
what's
is.
my grid?
Echo November 82 Hotel Lima EN82.
No, EN82 is Michigan, buddy.
No, that's not Texas.
That's
So
my
I'm,
grid.
I'm
Michigan.
Echo
No,
Mike.
no, it's
13.
It's either going to be Echo Mike or Echo Lima.
Not good
It
on
says-
Tourism.
Okay, well then your address is correct, but the bottom half then is not. Then
Yeah.
Do you have to do your grid manually? I'm curious. That
I think
No.
you can go in and change those things
You
manually.
can.
Yeah.
Like it's not an FCC.
Okay, so I'm going to plug
Thing.
something real quick.
Where are you?
Everyone go download and sign up for the R Finder app because it will tell you your grid square via your GPS location.
ooh,
ooh,
So, Mike,
That would-
when
that
are
comes
you
in
going
handy
to
for
work?
POTA.
R Finder. Like Mike says Hamlog, I'm saying R Finder. R Finder is what
Mike,
you
your
want.
your last two digits of your new zip code is 40, correct?
Yes.
I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so
I mean,
it
it's
looks like
it's on QRZ. It's fine.
I know, but still,
he's trying to be nice.
I'm trying to be nice.
So,
But there's
Mike,
where do you see the grid location on there? That's just my address.
No, I have it on the app.
On what app?
I'm on the app right now.
QRZ app.
I'm on the QR
Oh.
app.
QRZ
Yeah.
app. Yeah, it
I
has.
didn't even know
more
they had an
information.
app.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. You don't have the. You
Just
don't
go to
have
the
Zed
website.
app? Hang on.
because I still paper log. Don't yell.
Oh,
Don't
gotcha.
go,
You're one of
Don-
those guys.
Don, N5SKT Don. My home QTH is also EM12.
Oh, yeah.
Our hunting lease where we were at field day and winter field day is EM13. So
I'm
and down
definitely
here,
not an EN82.
I forget what I am down here actually. I gotta look that up.
I'm gonna throw one out for any of you movie fans. I want to be EM50. Do you remember what EM50?
Is that like
Somebody has got it. Adam, come on.
No,
Who's
I know what that
So
is.
I'm
Is it-
Echo Mike.
is that
from
So
Contact?
I know,
that's
I know.
A couple bits south.
Is that from Contact?
6
No.
5?
No.
and
Five,
here for
Anybody
our
else?
local, here from our and I'll give you another hint.
I know what it is, Don.
My ex-emergency management director, who I took his place for, he bought an RV.
EL.
And started to outfit it like the.
Oh, it was New Mexico.
Yeah. Mike, I just found it. Thank
Albuquerque.
you. Yeah, EL29. You're correct. So.
I'm correct.
What happened with? What happened
Sergeant
with?
Holka.
Here we go. Now this is a good question. What
Can you
happened
hear
with
me?
Hamlog and iOS? Yes, Mike.
Oh,
What
okay.
happened
I
with
just
Hamlog and
switched
iOS?
microphones.
Yeah, it's more ambient audio, more echo
Yeah,
now.
because I gotta take my computer for a walk. I have to go outside.
So what happened
so-
with Hamlog and iOS?
It's
How
gone.
do I know?
Joseph is
What did happen?
because you
Nothing
use
happened.
Hamlog on an iOS. That's how you know. It's very simple.
I do
So-
too. Like, what's
Oh,
wrong?
on Hamlog.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you
Yeah,
said.
there's an easy solution to that. I've got Hamlog, an old version of Hamlog, on an Android device, and just saved the APK file, the application file, and transferred it from one phone to another. Can you do that on an iPhone?
Not that I'm aware of.
I just.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's too bad.
All I hear is
I just.
We don't have .apks. We have
So sad
Well,
for you.
allow me to
App
retort.
Store.
Adam,
What
just
does
did a-
Marcellus Wallace look like?
Adam just did a mic.
You just back up your phone, you dummy. Then you can store any app you want. Oh, look
Or
at
you
this.
could
guys
just-
see my kitchen? My
Or you
beautiful
could just get an
granite countertops?
Android, a
Ooh,
brand new
that's
Never
Android,
gonna happen.
a brand new Android tablet like the R Finder tablet that I just got, and you just go to the Play
That
Store
thing
and
is sweet.
download
I,
There you
Hamlog.
go.
I spied that in your video from
Yeah.
from the lease. That was
It's actually
sitting on top of the
pretty slick.
radio, and I
Yeah.
was drooling. I'm like, you know something?
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, it was
The
so,
wife's, gonna,
it's pretty
the wife's
slick.
gonna get out that garden hose, and she's gonna just spray me back.
Yes, the garden hose.
She's gonna get me good.
So the
garden
last
hose was cool.
the last time I got an update on Hamlog was 2018, and the guy that wrote it is no longer
All right. Well,
supporting
I'm
it,
in and I'm out.
and it
Hey,
finally
guys.
just
This is
dropped
a
off.
Hey guys,
of
excuse
iOS.
me.
Only a
Hey guys,
test.
excuse me for 1 second. Look at Mike. He looks like on all those cop shows of all the bad.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
Bad
yeah, he
boys,
does.
bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh, I don't want to get your demonetized there.
Stir-
That was my
Being
Dennis
thirsty,
Leary.
guys. Good to see
Hold
your
on, guys.
faces.
Hold on. Sterling, are you leaving?
Bye, Sterling.
Yeah.
Sterling?
Go make a video now.
My wife's
Have fun
leaving,
tomorrow.
and I'm,
Yeah.
I'm being too annoying.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
she should be
Catch
used
me
to
on
that by
Ham,
now. But
Hamcation
yeah.
at like 10 in the
Thank-
morning or something. Early. It's like
Thanks for joining,
the
man.
next One, so all right.
Go
See you
go
later.
make some videos.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a good
See you,
evening.
Sterling.
Thank you.
Later.
Thanks,
Ham
sir.
harder, buddy. See you later.
Yoda.
So,
All right.
Mike,
Sorry,
I'm
sorry,
curious.
Don, go ahead.
When are you going to work all states from a park?
So we were just talking about this the
That
other
is
day,
my
weren't we?
thing.
Hang on, let me put
On
That is my thing.
Yeah.
no,
You were talking
Jason,
about
weren't we
kilo.
just talking about we're talking about a kilo. So I was
Yeah.
talking about
kilo,
working a kilo from a park in one day.
Sure. Yeah,
You're
that's
probably
awesome.
going
Ooh.
to do that. Like that's a thing I want to try. And
That'd
don't
be awesome.
Yeah.
you all go trying it before I do, okay? It's another thing you're going
I
to steal
mean,
from
But you can't
K&MRD.
get
I'm
up.
gonna
but you
park
can't
about
get
15
up
minutes
and get some
away.
barbecue though. You
Don't say
understand
the
that.
word
You gotta sit
can't.
there.
Listen,
have to sit
don't
there.
use the word can't around me. The word can't, listen, you can call
Can't.
me anything in the book. You can say anything in the world. The word can't is, oh my God, I hate
I'm
that
gonna
word.
feed you cheese
you-
balls.
can you-
I'm gonna
can
feed
you-
cheese
But
balls.
listen,
Can you
None of
use
this-
an
So
Android device?
It may
Can
be a
you use an Android?
challenge to work
Can-
all states.
Can you use an Android?
My fingers might break. I can try.
Right.
I don't know.
Can,
I mean,
can
yes,
you
I
even
can.
Android?
I used to have it. I used to
Can-
have
can you
Android stuff.
Android, bro?
But who cares? So worked all states from a park. That's another
Yeah.
challenge. That could be.
That-
I don't think that's even a thing on the
Yeah, that
on
would
the
be
awards
cool.
thing.
I've
That
had
would be
I've
very
had
cool.
30. I've had 38 from a single soda activation, which ain't
Really?
Hey,
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Wow. For
Yeah,
that.
that
For
is
a
pretty
single
good.
one. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all
That is-
voice
that is
and
pretty good.
ECW.
CW and voice. Yeah, combination.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a-
Don
that's a
says
thing.
84MQ is going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to be with him when he does that because we're going to do that from North Carolina in April, 2 months from now. So he's going to do it, and I'm going to get it on video. So just remember that. I'm going to go re-beer myself, so you guys have at it for a minute.
You need
Let's
to
talk
catch
about
up.
them. Jason was so bad at making
I'm
contact.
seriously listening to you right now. I'm seriously listening to you right now. And I can remove you, Mike, so just remember that.
He's like,
Does he snore, Mike?
QRZ. That was Frank.
Does he snore at night? That's what I want to know.
That was Frank.
I didn't get to see Frank activating that much. I was too excited. I was like, he was doing it early.
He's Mike shy. Now he's new to the HF world, so it's cool. But you know how you learn to swim? You just jump in the deep end and you just tread water.
Stennis way.
That's what I did.
That's what you do if you go to DXpedition to Costa Rica. Oh my God. You had better learn how to work pileups, and that's just how it is. So
that was my first pileup, dude. It was field day of like 2018, and I just sat down the last hour, and it was just on 10 meters, and it was just banging, and that was my first pileup. And
yeah,
Jason, when you get back from beering, I have a question for you about Costa Rica.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be right back, and I can hear you, Mike.
That's fine. We can still talk about you.
He can swear from a distance.
I had that too. I had that mic fright too. Even like on my first days of my different 911 jobs, you sound like that kid who has the puberty. Who's going through puberty with the high-low voice, and they're looking at me like, "Dude, you're a radio guy." It's just you just get excited, but once you break the ice,
yeah. I gave out the wrong call sign.
Nice.
I never hit puberty.
I think the most terrified I've been on the radio was the first time I put out a spot for activation using CW, because I knew what was coming, and I was not good at CW, and I got through it, but it was utterly terrifying.
I gave out my first call sign. My old call sign was N1HAX, Hotel Alpha X-ray, and I don't know what I was thinking. This was like not too recently, like back in the fall. All of a sudden, I just started calling CQ POTA N1HAX, and I'm looking at and I got my sticker with my call. It's like, oh my God! And some guy said to me, "What's your call sign?" And I'm like, "Whoops, hang on, folks, start all over. Erase your logs.
You forgot your call sign."
I like the collection there, Mike.
Do you guys see that? Like a fine wine, I have my Mexican Cokes laying down. See that? Okay. We got to keep the seal wet. We don't need any carbonation getting out.
I just checked my work all states for POTA. I have 43 out of 50, and I was trying to work Hawaii today. I was getting really, really frustrated because Hawaii was on 17, and a guy was on, and he was the same guy on 20. And of course, he tags Aloha coming, or who wants some Aloha? And I could barely hear him. I'm like, that's it. Do I need that hex beam, or what do I need?
I tell you what, hey, the coolest thing, and this happened at Galveston Island State Park the last time I activated it. I was just on a vertical, a TN07 vertical. And the guy came back to me and he said, "Park to park." And I'm like, "Oh, hey, park to park. Go ahead." He was a VE2 or VE3. I'm like, "You're at a freaking park in Canada and I'm in Galveston, Texas on 100 watts. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm working you, dude." And then like another guy, I got 2 park to parks from Canada that trip. And I'm like, that was so awesome. That's the first time I've ever done park to park from another country. But that was really fun.
Yeah, that was cool when Canada got their park thing. There's a lot of parks, a lot of countries that have parks now.
Oh, okay. So someone wanted to ask about Costa Rica. So
yes,
I haven't. Let me say this first. I have not looked. I looked as we were supposed to go to Costa Rica in April of last year, and it got canceled because of COVID.
Right.
We're planning a trip back. We don't have dates set yet. I want to invite you guys. All of the YouTubers, whoever wants to go is welcome to. You can hit me up offline. Costa Rica has parks on the air, and right before we were planning to go last year, the entire country has like 18. It's either 18 or 28 parks, something like that. It's not very many. It's a small country. 0 of them had been activated at the time. And I told the guys we go with, I'm like, dude, we have got to go. There's like 2 parks within like a 2-hour driving distance. We got to go activate these parks because it's park to park. It's freaking Costa Rica, never been activated before ever in the country. Parks on the Air. We got to go do this. So we're going to do that when we get, whether they've been activated or not, we're going to do some POTA when we're back in Costa Rica the next time. So
that was my question:
cool.
is there a like specific way that you had to get that worked out? Because I go to Capos a lot, which is near the Manuel Antonio National Park, and it's a POTA spot. And
in Costa Rica,
yes.
Capos?
Yes,
I'm not familiar with that area.
QUEPOS. It is.
Okay.
So as the crow flies, it's 40 minutes west of San Jose.
Okay, so you're in the southern part. So
yeah.
We fly into There's two major airports in Costa Rica. One in San Jose.
Liberia.
The other one's in Liberia at the north end. We fly into Liberia, and and it's about a 45-minute to an hour drive. I think it's northeast of Liberia, if I remember correctly. It's in a what they call the region, which is basically like a state of Guanacaste.
Yep.
And it's a little town called Guayabo. And the villas that we stay at are the Villas de Guayabo. You can Google that, villasdeguayabo.com. And if you go to their website, they have a section for ham radio. So they allow ham radio people to come down there and set up and do stuff and blah, blah, blah. The cool thing about it is that the guys we go with, which is part of the Northeast Tarrant Amateur Radio Club, the guys, one of the main guys in that club, he knows the people who own that place. He used to work with them. So the people who own that place, they allow us to keep equipment down there. So we've got 70 or 80 foot of, I think 70 foot of tower, 7 sections of Roan 25, 25G, 10 foot each. We've got a bunch of power supplies, a bunch of coax, stuff that you wouldn't really want to carry in a plane back and forth. And then they've got ranch hands down there. Well, we'll put 4 sections on this tower and 3 sections on this tower, and they'll set it up for us and guy it for us and everything. Nice. We put beams or and a couple of pulleys at the top, and we'll pull up dipoles and whatnot. So we have multi-band stuff. But it's really it's really fun because you get to go down there, and basically all you have to do is take a radio, and everything else is almost down there already. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's a great time. We love going down there, and really missed going down there last year. And I've been talking to them about going down there again this year, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to get down there before the summer. But if not, it'll probably be like October when we get back down there. But we haven't planned anything yet. But hopefully
not terribly rainy. And that's kind of the start of the rainy season down there. We went in. I believe it was June.
Yeah.
And it was still pretty dry. But Capos, if you've never Google that sometime.
Okay.
It's a really cool, the town is like this big around, and they have one cigar shop, which I was amazed that I found a cigar shop in Capos.
I've never seen that down there. Okay.
Yeah, and the guy had a really good selection, but it's a really small town. The beach is amazing. The national park is amazing. Mm-hmm. You're only allowed to walk into the national park. No vehicles are allowed. They have this walkway that you can walk around and hike into it. We got to see 2 monkeys get into a fight. And another monkey came running up the trail because he wasn't going to let his buddy get beat up.
Yeah,
so he was just zigzagging in between all the rest of us going there to save his buddy.
There's monkeys down there they're called howler monkeys.
Yeah. So it was a howler monkey that was beating up on one of the white-faced monkeys.
Yeah.
And the other white mate and his buddies were coming up the hiking trail to go take care of their buddy. It was awesome. But that area down there is really amazing.
It's really amazing. So the whoever's got feedback needs to mute. Somebody, I think it was Dawn in the chat, said something about a soda down there. So I haven't looked up soda down there, but the place we stay is in the foothills of the Mount. What is it? Mount
Arenal?
No, Mount Via Renos or something like that. Volcano. Yeah. It's in the foothills of a volcano, and you can look up the hill and you can see steam coming out the top of the volcano. I learned this the last time. I've been down there 3 times, and I just learned this on the last trip. Almost the entire, or maybe the entire country of Costa Rica is naturally, they run on natural power. What they do is they run these big tubes of water from the ocean up into to the center of the volcano, and they pour the water into the lava in the volcano, and it creates all this steam. And then they pipe the steam out in these steam generators, and that's how the country is powered. And that's a simplification of it. It's a lot more to it than that, obviously. But I'm like, oh my God, solar power. I'm like, natural energy power. I'm like, yes, let's go up here and spend the next 2 years. So, but it's a really cool volcano, and they've got hiking trails up there and everything. But I've never looked it up. But I bet there's some soda spots up there, and that would be a really cool freaking thing to do when we go up there. So I got to get Charlie and Adam to come with me, and they can teach me how to soda on the side of a volcano.
Heck yeah, man.
Now that's a video.
That's
a video. Or 2 or 3.
Everything's a video.
And we'll give you 30-minute slots.
I'm going to refresh my drink, so I'll be right back.
All right, man. I tell people I've been a ham radio operator since 1994, but I've only had my general ticket for like 7 or 8 years now. The most fun I have ever had in ham radio, period, anywhere, was the first time I went to Costa Rica. I went with the same club, same group of guys. And they, like the second or third day we were there, something like that, they'd all been there before. This is my first trip, but they'd been there before. They're like, hey, we're going to go hiking up the volcano. We're going to go chill out here. I'm like, okay, cool. It's the first time I met Chris from Buddy Pool. He was there with us. And he went up there and actually set up an antenna on the side of the volcano with his KX3 and did some operation from up there. That was fun. But they all went up the volcano. I said, I don't really feel like going up the volcano right now. I want to do some ham radio. So everybody left. There was like 5 of us there. Everybody left, and I had the whole villa to myself. They left at like 7:30 or 8 in the morning, something like that. I sat down at my ICOM 706 Mark IIG on a two element, what's called a buddy beam, which was an experimental antenna he never released. It was a 2-element 20-meter beam is what it was. Pointed north from Costa Rica towards the United States. I sat down there and literally I worked pileups for about 12 hours. And it was just like I was like, okay, guys, I got to get up. I got to pee. I got to get something to drink. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Just don't go anywhere. And I held that free. It was on 15 meters. That was the coolest part about it. 15 meters. It's like 21.275 or something like that. And I'm like, that was the most fun I've ever had in ham radio. I probably made 1,100 contacts that day by myself on 15 meters. Working pilots from Costa Rica on a DXpedition. That was
according to the map here. There's 9 volcanoes in Costa Rica, so you know those guys. If POTA is there, I mean, soda is there. There you go.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there are. I've never looked up soda for. I'm not big into soda, not because I don't like it. There's freaking no soda in Texas to speak of, but there's POTA, and I really like POTA, and POTA is a little bit easier, and I'm lazy, so I've done a lot of POTA research, and there's a lot of POTA. There's POTA places in Costa Rica, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. There's a hell of a lot more mountains in Costa Rica than there is in Texas, so it wouldn't surprise me that there's soda summits in Costa Rica. I've been saying for a long time before COVID started, I was like, I want to get a ham radio 2.0 DXpedition set up and invite a bunch of YouTubers and a bunch of ham radio guys that hang out with us and just take 6 or 8 people down there and just go to Costa Rica for like 5 or 6 days. We can go to POTA, we can go do soda, we can set up at the villas and do DXpedition. It would be really fun to do.
For you now, what do you fly out of Dallas Fort Worth? Is it a straight flight into how do you get to Costa Rica?
Generally speaking, okay, the last time I went, I took American because believe it or not, American was cheaper at that point in time. But the other 2 times I went, I flew out of Love Field Southwest Airlines. You always have to it's cheaper if you connect. Generally, you will connect through Miami. Okay, so you fly out of Dallas, usually Dallas Love Field, connect to Miami, and get to Liberia. And it's like, I don't know, you can find flights with like an hour layover in Miami, something like that. So it's like hour and a half to Miami, and then like hour and a half from Miami to Liberia. It actually takes, if you were to fly nonstop, which they have nonstop flights, but they're more expensive, so I've never taken one. If you fly nonstop from DFW to Liberia, it's about the same distance as flying nonstop from DFW to Chicago, roughly. It's not.
What I was thinking.
Not that far.
For me to get down to Orlando, I know what it is. And then
Miami, it's not that far from Texas.
But we do have our aviation liaison here on Sean. Look at him. Our aviation man give us the best path and communications.
Yeah, so San Antonio is a great if you're I know it sounds weird, but you can I'll have to double check the routes, but before pre-COVID, you could connect in San Antonio or you could connect in Houston to go to either of the airports in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
On Southwest.
Yes. Yeah. They connect out of, actually, I looked at it. I didn't end up taking this flight. I looked at a flight one time that was leaving out of Oklahoma City on Southwest and flying direct to Liberia. I thought
you'll have a stopover in Houston.
No,
it's a through flight, but we don't do any nonstops out of the country because there's no international terminal.
Well, maybe it was a direct flight then. Yeah. Maybe it was a direct flight then.
It's a through flight.
I didn't end up taking that one, but I've always connected in Miami. I think there's some that connect in New Orleans as well.
And Baltimore of all places.
I've never done one of those.
I wouldn't. That's a long ways the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's the wrong. Yeah, it's the wrong direction.
Cheers, everybody.
Those layovers are usually pretty far, but yeah, it's actually a fairly decent flight. The biggest pain in the butt is the once you get in Costa Rica, it's like don't listen to anybody who tells you, "Hey, come here, we got this deal for you." Oh, go away. So that's the biggest thing.
So the best there's a Costa Rican airline called Sansa, SANSA.
Yeah.
I fly them from San Jose to Capos because if it's a 3-hour drive or a 35-minute flight.
Okay.
And it's $80. Of course, you have to land in the middle of the jungle on a dirt runway, but I just think that's part of the experience.
Yeah. Well, that's like the island hoppers that go from island to island.
I need to POTA there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, everybody put your feet down. We're going to stop the plane.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Lean forward to take off.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. But
nice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tap out, guys. I gotta go make some dinner. So thanks for having me. We'll catch you later.
It's
guys.
like 4:30 in the afternoon there. What are you talking about?
It is 7:30.
It's 7:30.
It's
I even slept in this morning.
62 degrees.
I slept in 2 hours. I got up at 5:15, so I'm well rested.
Nice.
All right, guys. We'll catch you later.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks for joining, man.
Satan, sick balls.
Yeah, but I tell you what, that's really the only DXpedition I've ever been on. Now, I've been invited to go down to oh gosh, I forget the name of it now. I've been invited to go down to one of the Caribbean islands by our new ARRL president, and that ought to be fun. But Costa Rica is actually quite fun. There's a lot to do there just besides just ham radio. There's POTA. I'm sure there's probably soda. I'd love to get you guys down there and do a
do you bring the wives, or is it just strictly a guy thing? What do you guys do?
Either way. No, seriously, either way.
Fridays for the wives.
Yeah.
Saturdays for the girlfriends.
Yeah.
Is that Goodfellas or Sopranos?
I want to switch back to this mic instead of your ear mic.
Yeah. Yeah,
no, I'm on the good mic.
No, you're not.
Really?
You're on the ambient audio mic. You got a lot of echo. Nope.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Nope. Yep.
Not sure how that's happening because that microphone is not even hooked up.
Dead like your last POTA activation.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Dead like
man.
Fighting words.
Don's pulling out the knives.
Dead like your DX commander after the wind at the deer lease.
You're not hearing me through this microphone?
Nope.
No.
A lot of echo and ambient audio through an ambient microphone. Some kind of dynamic microphone you got. I heard a click. Try it now, Mike.
Interesting.
Yeah, same thing. Anyway, that'd be a fun trip, I think. So
there's some really good beer down there too.
No, they do not. No, they do not.
I'm sorry. I love Imperial. It's so good. It was $1.
You know what? It's for what it is. It's not bad, but it's like the only thing they have. So,
I mean,
and they have a dark. Have you seen the dark version?
Mm-hmm.
They have a dark version. It's harder. No, it's like a brown ale. They call it Bavaria Dark. And
No, I haven't had that one.
yeah, it's decent for what it is, but it's hard to find. You have to go to the larger supermarkets to find it. You can't go to the convenience stores to find it.
How does this sound?
Same.
Yeah.
So
You still
It
have
says it says it's using my microphone. It's got to be picking it up through the.
Do you have it on your phone still?
No, I never was on my phone. I'm only tethering. I brought my computer out, so you've got to be picking it. See, the audio input says that I'm using my. So you don't hear this, huh?
nope.
No.
Nope. You hear this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Just disconnect and
I'm gonna drop and I'll come back.
Yeah. Reconnect. Yeah.
I didn't mean to cause such a ruckus there.
No, it's okay. I mean, he's on a Mac. I would tease him about a Mac, but you have to reboot Windows all the time too. So I shouldn't really tease him about a Mac. I mean,
nothing wrong with Mac.
The 75% of the time rebooting Windows fixes the problem. So let's just face it.
Does anyone homebrew?
The blue screen of death.
I've never done homebrewing. I've always thought that I would enjoy it, but I never wanted to spend the money or take the time because I can't even build a DX Commander. How am I going to brew mine here? I mean, let's be honest here.
What will come first, a bottle of
my
or an
I
antenna?
have the keg, so a little proud of her.
If I ever started homebrewing Hefeweizen, I'd kill my liver. What's left of it?
Yeah.
Anything Germany didn't destroy after 4 years, yeah, I'd toast the rest of it.
I don't need an iMic.
That's
Oh, there you
good.
go.
That's good, Mike.
Gout.
That's good. Yeah.
This is a Shure Beta 58. Son.
He
It
gave
was
me
a little-
566, man. That's a great number.
What are you going to
So-
shoot with that?
Well, it's 10 millimeters bigger than a 556.
He's one number lower though. It should be 666.
It's 666 now. See, I don't do that whole satanic thing.
Jinx you.
No, they should have given you 855. That's what they should have done.
855, yeah.
I know.
599.
855A1.
All right. What did I miss? Start over.
Oh, somebody asked, does anyone do home brewing? And I said, I don't have the time.
Oh.
I can't even build a DX Commander. So,
Yeah. Well, you know how to set one up. I'm fixing to edit that video.
Are you
soon.
fixing to do that?
I'm fixing to do it. Yeah.
Oh, he's getting Texan on you.
Already.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting the southern lingo down with the Texan, with the fixin'. Next thing you'll be reckoning.
Well, so should we tell him, Jason, what we did?
I've already told people, so go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mentioned it on my lunchtime live stream, I think it was. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm working during lunch.
Yeah.
I don't get lunch. I just work.
I'm working. This is my job. I'm working also. So
I know
go ahead, Mike.
you're awesome. You're awesome. So Jason and I, we both filmed our own view of it. But over Winter Field Day, I brought the DX Commander Expedition. So I was like, well, let's film a video of showing Jason how to set this antenna up, so he would have less of a reason to not build his DX Commander.
Right.
Now he knows how to put one up. So we filmed it. We had a couple hiccups because it's honestly been a couple months since I put it up, just with the move and cold weather and whatnot in Michigan. So I kind of screwed it up too. So that's what editing is for. But we'll have some videos of Jason of me teaching Jason how to put up the DX Commander.
We both recorded that. So,
yeah. So we'll get both viewpoints.
A good thing that we learned that I think you learned even is that you mentioned that you've always set up the DX, or at least the Expedition version, the DX Commander, just for short activations. You've never set one up for a whole weekend.
Right.
So,
well,
what happened to it during that weekend?
Well, so I did use it for field day last summer, and I didn't have any problems.
Did you use your Jubilee clips then?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't have any problems over the summer, but it wasn't windy. So it was windier than all get out over the weekend.
It was.
And I usually just set the DX Commander up and I pull it up and I twist it. It looks really bad.
Yeah.
And I never had any problems. But with it, I mean, it's literally, if you watch the videos, I mean, the thing is freaking bending over like you got a marlin on your fishing pole bending over, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it fell down a couple times. It just collapsed on itself.
Mhm.
So and I don't use the Jubilee clips.
Mhm.
So if you're gonna have it up in inclement weather, Don, I have 2 of them. Definitely put the Jubilee clips on. I learned that. I mean, if it's not going to be windy, I'm not going to use them, and I don't even have them connected. I got to dig them out of a box and cut the tubes and all that stuff. But that's something that I probably will do once I get settled here eventually.
What I did for mine was I went to the marine store, and I walked in, and they had obviously marine store stainless steel, and I love buying stainless steel hardware now.
Mm.
I walked in there without thinking because Cal teaches you what a Jubilee clip is. It's not a hose clamp. I walked in there. I'm like, "Where's your Jubilee clips?" And the guy's looking at me.
What
the hell are you talking about?
It's a hose
Anyway.
clamp with a fancy ass a wing nut on it.
Well, I'll get to that in a second. Hang on. So I did all that. Now, what I did on my DX Commander and a couple of other guys in England gave me this. Is it England, UK? I don't want to offend them because their idea was great. So yes, I have the 10 stakes going down, but up at about 10 feet, I run 3 wires horizontal to 3, like one's in a bush, 2 in a tree. It allows it to move, but it doesn't stop it. And it also doesn't allow it to whip around. So so back in August, I had the big tropical storm here, where sustained winds were in the 50s. We had a gust of 68. It stood up. The winter.
Nice.
So whatever I did, the hail, and I put that thing up in rain. They always say you put up an antenna in bad weather, will stay up forever. Now my other antenna that I use for POTA, the go-to antenna, the Eagle One, I bought these Jubilee clips with like a butterfly wing nut.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You helped me. Aviation guy over here helped me. So instead of those pieces falling down, now I'm going to lock them in, and I'm going to do a video on it. So.
Make sure you get the hose to go around it so that it doesn't cut the pole.
Correct.
So if you saw my video about the Step IR, what was that thing called? The Step IR vertical that I did. Okay, so it's basically a vertical that goes up and loops around 2 loops at the top and then comes back down, and it has got a crank on the side, and you wind the wire out longer for the lower bands and shorter for the higher bands, obviously, and then it's got a counterpoise that winds out as well, but it's got Jubilee clips, and I didn't know what they were because the instructions that, in my defense, the instructions weren't clear about that. So when I set the thing up, you wind the wire up, and the wire kind of you turn the crank, and the wire goes up and around. And when you're extending the wire, making it longer, it's fine. But when you bring the wire back down, it puts tension on the top, and it collapses the whole pole. And I'm like, what is going on with? So I emailed the guys at Step IR, and they're like, oh yeah, you're supposed to put those clips on. I'm like, your instructions say to do this and this and this, and they're like, oh my God, we left that out.
Oh no.
So they're like, thank you.
There's your problem.
I'm like, oh, that's because I got this bag of Jubilee clips, and I'm like, what the hell are these for? There's nothing in the instructions about them. So I'm like, oh, this makes sense now. So once you put all that together, that was a fantastic antenna. Really, really like that antenna. Very easy to tune, because you just basically crank it up to the crank IR. That's what it's called. You crank it up to whatever band. The bands were marked on the wire, so you crank it up to 20 meters, 30 meters, 40 meters, whatever, and then you put your analyzer on it, and you're like, oh, well, it's a little bit high, it's like 2.5, and then all you do is crank the counterpoise wire, which is also on a separate crank, either in or out, and you just look at the analyzer until it gets to 1-to-1, and it's easy. It takes
counterpoise is up like 3 or 4 feet though, right? It
and not even that far, like 2 feet. So my battery's dying. I'll be right back.
Yeah, his face froze. Look at that.
Yeah, my battery. Yeah,
look at that.
It's like,
that's why Jason should have watched my video on the crank IR. I noticed the same thing when Josh first did it. He didn't mention those hose clamps at all either. And luckily, I had talked to him in between Josh making his video and me forking out a ton of cash on that thing. But it is a great antenna. I mean, it's one of the best next to sorry, Don, I hate to do it to you, but you know, you gotta have one.
So jealous. I wanted that antenna.
I may just.
If I didn't have everything packed, I would show you guys all 3 of my pack tennas. And I make y'all jealous.
Oh, pack tenna. I'm gonna go get
that. I guess
one of them's in the car. I feel 2 of them might be right here, though. Actually, my little bag.
I've tried twice now. I've tried.
Yeah, let's see.
There you go, Don.
NI4L. Go to his website, y'all. NI4L. His name is nice.
Oh, there's only one in here.
Incredible.
Which one?
my first in-fed was this thing. It's my first in-fed right there.
Nelson, right?
That's the link. That's the link dipole right there.
Y'all suck.
Yep.
All of you. Every one of you.
Hang on. I'll hold it up.
Yeah, I know.
This is the one that I ordered, and
That's
I swear.
Next to an iPhone, that's the size.
Yeah. Where's my Android
Look at
phone?
that.
This
Yeah.
is an S9.
My Android phone.
There's an S9.
Wow.
I've got choice.
I wish I had.
Well,
I wish I had my.
I've got choice words for you, Mike. And the next time we're on your channel, I'm going to use them.
Hey, I gotta bail. Actually, I just got a text message from AT&T that says I use 75% of my 9 gigs.
You don't have unlimited.
You don't have unlimited.
I literally just no, I don't. I'm on an old
shamed.
plan.
Oh.
I'm on an old
You
plan.
just got
so.
data shamed, Mike.
I had
Just got data shamed.
0.1 gigs this morning. Of course, I'm streaming here and I'm watching it on my other computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 73.
73, man. Hey, Mike, check
See
this
ya,
out.
Mike.
Yeah, I got 4 of those, buddy.
Yeah. Which ones do you have? Do you have the 40 watt?
They're great.
I got the 28, the 40, the 60, and the 100.
Oh, wow.
I don't have the 100. I've got the
Yeah.
28, the 40, and the 60.
We'll chat
So-
tomorrow when I have
Okay.
non-cell internet. All right, guys, 73.
Cool, man. See ya.
Good night, Mike.
Have a good one.
Later.
So we've been going almost 2 hours, so we'll probably shut it down here in a minute anyway.
Wow.
But it's been a great discussion
Good, I
tonight,
ran
guys.
out of beer.
Thank you. Thank you for everybody for joining tonight. This has been a great discussion. This is really fun. I will say something else I was gonna mention earlier, and I forgot because nope. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong button. Let me put this up here and that right there and share the screen there. And okay. So this is Orlando Hamcation. And the other tab I have open. QSO Today Virtual Ham Expo is basically a month from this weekend. Okay. We did this last year. YouTubers Bunch will have a booth again this year, which they have graciously donated to us in exchange for some promo on my channel. I've already done one video with them. I'm going to do another video with them in a couple weeks at the end of February, and do another one with them at the beginning of March. But as it turns out, the dates for this, March 12th, the Friday that starts is the second Friday of March, which would be the same time that I would do the happy hour anyway on a normal month. So they have this new thing this year they didn't have last year that's called Podcasters Pavilion. So what it is I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know exactly what it is, but what they told me it was a video podcasters forum that you could log into through your booth on the Virtual Ham Fest and open it up and invite people to, and then you could take that booth and you could live stream it to YouTube if you wanted to. So that's what we're going to do on the happy hour next month, a month from tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time, which is 8 p.m. Texas time, which is when the show opens. I got the very first slot in the Podcasters Pavilion on the QSO Today Virtual Ham Expo. I told them I wanted that slot. I was like, dude, I do this every month. We've done happy hour. We're going to do a happy hour as a kickoff to your show. And they said, great, cool. So they confirmed that with me a few days ago. So we're going to do that. So be watching on my channel, and I'll share it everywhere. I'll share it to I'll probably share it in a Monday Night Ham Radio, something coming up. But we're going to do another happy hour live stream that night. I'll be back at home that night on my Zoom account, so I'll be able to invite everybody. Those of you who didn't get to come on tonight, those of you on the smaller channels, those of you who I interviewed last time, really, really, really enjoyed having you guys on last month. Last month's happy hour was the biggest happy hour I've ever done. We had over 200 people watching us, and we had like 16 or 18 people on the stream. It was really fun. We're going to do that again next month. I'm going to invite everybody again. Just this month, the slow internet and the different setup I've got here, I have a limitation of 10 people. But next month, we're going to invite everybody again. So really looking forward to that. We're going to stream it through the QSO Today Virtual Hamfest onto YouTube, and it's going to be a big shindig. So everybody put it on your calendar right now. I'm pretty sure it's March 12th is the Friday.
Hey, what's that date? Because I'm going to set up the ice hut, I think.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
that'd be really cool.
Yeah, March the 12th is a Friday.
March the 12th is a Friday. So March the 12th at 8 p.m. Central Time, which is 2 a.m. Saturday morning UTC. Okay, so 2 a.m. Saturday morning UTC, March 13th is the kickoff of the next, and that would be our normal Friday night anyway, because I've been doing the second Friday of the month for pretty much every month except last month. I had to change it, but pretty much every other month we've been doing the second Friday. So
is that going to be a dry happy hour though? I'm not sure if that's going to be dry or not.
No. I don't do dry happy hours.
Okay,
it's not in my
good,
nature.
Good.
That's not my vocabulary.
If I was
nor mine.
If I was from like Delaware or something like that, but no, I don't do dry happy hours. So I don't know anyone from Delaware. That's why I can say that. But no, seriously, where did my window go? So we're gonna definitely do that next month, and it should be a really fun time because we're going to stream it through the Virtual Hamfest. We're going to talk about the Virtual Hamfest, talk about what's upcoming. I'm going to invite some other people onto the stream. Flex Radio, who's the platinum sponsor of the Hamfest this year, and great people. Love the guys at Flex Radio. Our Finder is going to be a big sponsor again, and several other people. I think Gigaparts and Pactena and BioNO and several other people like that. So should be a fun time. Might have some extra people on the stream. And you guys put it on your calendars right now so you don't plan anything between now and then, but it should be a really fun time. Really looking forward to that. So that is a month from now. I don't want to see myself like that. There we go. That's better.
Good deal.
So sounds like a blast.
It is.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
My calendar right now is we're typing.
Cool. Yeah, I already pre-ordered my ticket for that. So it should
good. Well, those of you in the YouTubers months, I should be able to get you a free ticket to our booth. So if you want to buy a $10 ticket to just support their efforts, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just gonna say, I'll be happy to buy one or two and give one to somebody. Somebody wants.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
Hey, listen, if you want to do some type of raffle or giveaway through your daytime streams, whatever.
Yeah,
I'll donate for that.
Idea. That's a good idea, Don. You're going to come on to my stream on the 24th. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk between now and then. We can do something like that. It'd be a great idea. We'll do a raffle and give away like 6 or 8 of those. Give away like 6 or 8 tickets to the Virtual Hamfest. That'd be a great idea. So, but that's gonna be a fun show. It was fun last time, and they've upgraded it to include a few more things this time. If you have not watched my video where I interviewed Eric Guth, 4Z1 Uniform Golf, that's his Israeli call sign. He's got a U.S. call sign as well. I don't remember what it is, but he's the guy in charge of the QSO Today podcast, and he's pretty much in charge of the whole virtual Ham Expo. So I did a 45-minute interview with him about 2 weeks ago, and he went through a bunch of the stuff that's new this year that they've upgraded as a response to their survey they did last year. So moving in the right direction for sure. It's going to be a fun show. So, all right. Anybody have anything before we shut it down?
This is Tango Oscar Mike. I'm doing a 500 subscriber giveaway that ends tomorrow at 9 a.m. There'll be 3 winners. Each winner gets to pick a t-shirt from Jason's Ham 2.0 store.
Nice.
Very good.
Awesome. Very good. Cool.
I just asked if Shane's channel can be posted again. Just one more time. Got to boost these new channels.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Besides,
it.
he's a
guys.
fellow truck driver, so you know. anyone who drives semis for a
There
living.
you go.
Without trucks, America stops.
That's right, yeah.
1.5 million accident-free miles.
Nice.
Hey, that's awesome.
Nice.
Wow, you blew me away. I only did 360. And amazingly, I was with Swift for half of that. 360,000, that is.
Whew.
Not 360 miles. That would have barely got me off 75th Avenue in Phoenix. Although I did, and that is no joke. I saw a Swift driver going up 75th Avenue. I see the tractor go by, and I'm like, what is wrong with his airline? Something just didn't look right. That's because he didn't set the kingpin. And as the tractor went by, about 10 feet later, here came the trailer skidding down without the landing gear down.
Oh no! I have a story next time we have time.
Student with idiot for trainer.
About taking a truck into downtown Washington D.C. So we may have to save that for next time. But needless to say, the police were involved.
Wow!
No, I only drove around the Beltway on that one. I didn't go in. New York City and D.C. No.
So originally, I was only supposed to be on the Beltway, and I called my dispatcher to say, "Hey, this address is inside the Beltway." He's like, "Oh, well, the store says that you can get in there, no problem at all." I was like, "Okay." Now this is several years ago, before we had Google Maps and all that fun stuff. So I drive down there, and I get down to the tunnel and notice that my trailer won't fit in the tunnel. So trying to turn around at the tunnel into downtown DC in a truck was a mess. And the further you get into downtown, the smaller those streets get. And so I was able to get off the 4-lane that goes into the tunnel, made a left, got over to the bridge, and I said, "Hey, I can't get out of here, and I'm stuck." So I ended up calling the DC Police Department, who sent 3 squad cars over and said, "What are you doing down here? This is a no truck area." And I was like, "I'm from Texas. I'm just here having fun." So, so I asked the kind lady that was in charge. I said, "Can you escort me out of here?" And she said, "We would be glad to." So I had a police car in front of me and a police car beside me. And she said, "Whatever you do, don't slow down." And we left that intersection, and they cleared the streets all the way back to the Beltway, where I could make it over to a little hotshot truck to take my delivery down into the city. So that was an adventure within itself.
Yeah. So
don't feel bad. I drove for U.S. Express for a while, and I had some scientist driver manager.
Yeah.
I was over in Maryland, and I was pulling hazmat. And what did they want me to do? They want me to go through this tunnel. Well, sorry, hazmat, no tunnel. And the woman, I kid you not, the woman's like, "Well, can't you go around the tunnel?" I'm like, "Not without scuba gear." I mean, what am I?
This is not an amphibious truck.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
No, not through the Chesapeake. No. Plus, it was cold and I'm lazy. I was stationed in Maryland. That was enough. Aberdeen was enough.
All right, guys, we are going to close it down here. We've been going 2 hours. This has been a fantastic discussion. So thank you for all who watched. Yeah, thanks for all who watched in the chat. Thanks for all who joined tonight. I really enjoy these things. I'm going to keep them going. We're going to do them every month. It's usually the second Friday. And again, next month will be for the QSO Today Virtual Ham Expo, which I hope you have your tickets to that already. And if you don't, then we are going to do some giveaways. I've got 2 people texting me right now that said, "Hey, I'll donate a ticket to the giveaway." And I'm like, "Great." So we're going to do so. We're going to Don and I are going to do an episode about that upcoming. That'll be fun.
Jason, one quick one. Happy hour was whose idea? Was it KAMRD's idea, or was it your idea?
It was not my idea.
I'll take credit.
No, I think it was a viewer's idea.
Can I take credit?
It might have been your idea, Don.
But it's the point was it's not MRD's idea.
It was not Mike's idea. No, it wasn't Mike's idea.
In order to have the idea, you have to have one of these. This is what gets you the idea.
Mike's got like 4 of those, so that's not a good excuse. But no,
well, he's a show off.
It was not my idea. A viewer of mine came on. It might have been you, Don, who came on and said, "Hey, you should do a happy hour." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, why not? I'd like to drink beer. What excuse do I need?"
We said smoke and drink. So let's and just bring whatever you want.
We got to add cigars to this at some point.
I tell you what, as soon as the weather starts to get anti-stupid, then yes, we're gonna do some outdoor cigar smoking events as well. So
Jason,
sign me up.
Thank you very much for hosting all this.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks for having me, Jason. I appreciate
bet.
it.
Thanks for
You
having
guys
us.
are
Yeah.
awesome.
No problem. Really
Should
appreciate you guys being here tonight.
I'm wondering if all us YouTubers should go to Las Vegas' cigar aficionados smokeout night. If all of us show up there one time,
I'm all about that.
We should all show up with those hard helmets and the dual band antenna sticking out the top.
2 beers. With 2 beers
to promote our ham radio, or just wear ham harder hats. That's
there
good
you
for
go.
me, right?
Ham harder.
So, all right,
free
guys.
cigars, free flowing beer. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I'll brew something special and take it.
Awesome.
As long as I get an Excalibur #1, I'm happy.
Those are good. Those are really good. So,
oh yeah.
Thanks for joining tonight. 73 to everybody. Hope to see you guys. I will have a live stream with Hayden from Ham Radio DX about the 705. You can't see it. It's right here. We're going to do a 705 video on Sunday night on this channel. So also catch Josh on the Ham Radio Crash Course tomorrow night. He's going to be talking about the D-Rats D-Star system. So 73, everybody. Thanks for being here tonight. And we will definitely catch you next
forget Monday Night Ham Radio.
Monday Night Ham Radio.
For the new text.
Right.
We've got the new text videos coming out on Monday night.
Several.
Even I'm doing stuff. You should see my garage.
Trivia night next Friday.
Right. So yeah, Kyle wasn't here. Kyle was supposed to be here tonight, so I don't know where he was. But
playing tennis.
Monday Night Ham Radio is going to be videos directly related to, or directly focused on new technicians. And then a week from tonight, Friday, will be the next Ham Radio Trivia Night on Kyle's channel, AA0Z. So be sure and go subscribe to him and sign up for his notifications as well so you can keep up with that. But that is it. So 73 to everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. This was really fun. We will keep this going for sure. So you guys have fun.
Thanks, everyone. 73.